to join our party, the NDC. And so many of these young people followed me, and he was one of them. They took inspiration from me. So as they developed in politics, it was of serious concern to all of us. In Geneva, where I went to the World Speakers Conference, I called him.
Happy FM 98.9.
I called him to discuss with him the security situation in the country, particularly the escalation at Boko. He's one of the ministers that was very close to me. And we discussed it. And he briefed me as to what was happening. And so to fly from Geneva to Boston, and the next day to have this shocking news, it was so devastating.
EpaHoaDaben.
God truly gives and God takes. But the way God himself created a society, not individuals, a society. All of us seated here are interlinked, interconnected. What happens to one of them and one of us affects all of us. This sudden departure has affected all of us.
EpaHoaDaben.
And when the clerk at the conference in Boston informed them that this is the tragedy that has befallen Ghana, everybody there was shocked. But it was not only Ghana. It happened in Kenya. Ghana was 8. Kenya was 6. The US were 2 at the same time. What else can you say if not God?
EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben.
We are more spiritual than physical. And when you are young, the flesh is stronger. As you grow old, the soul and the spirit dominates. When you get to a very advanced age, the spirit is stronger. Every elderly person will tell you. And so our people in the spiritual world, the imams, pastors, the reverends, we should listen to them. It's not all of them who are looking for money. Don't take what they say for granted. If they say act, act. I listen to all. I myself have been threatened many times. And I listen to the prophecies. I don't take them sleeping. Because that's their area. I can't say somebody who is not in parliament will do parliamentary work more than me. And so I don't know about the spiritual world more than those who are taking it as a career. And so all these things work for good. We should not ignore them. Please, once again, let us, in this grief, not forget about the power of the Almighty God. All works for our good. And we'll continue to thank Him for giving us these precious lives, for the service they rendered to us. And we pray that He finds a good place in Jannah for them to stay until we meet again. I thank you all for the opportunity.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pɛ.
Toa amahwene nyagama FM aden na nyama politics adia soa amahwene nyagama FM ayaya na mesa otwabia mponyankopon se erade bebe biara wo otie me no
Happy FM.
na montalani omane buama ene omamaka mo asamai anti ganam se foniti baako ufa echi obedi wechi ufa ni obedi wechi na ufa fam so obedi wechi ufa nyoma enokwa na obeba fam tem etemesia otwedi akwanyankopɔ se ombo mo ho ba maye no mbo mo na ganam se adwuma we omma president no nyasa enu animdia odibe analyze the situation going forward. Mirase.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pɛ.
Arabutu, the Acting Chief Justice, Your Lordship, Paul Bafo Bonny, and your entourage, the Chief of Staff, Ministers of State and senior government officials, the clerk and members of Parliament, the families of our fallen heroes, the Chief of Defense Staff and our security services, fellow mourners. Today is not a day for talking. I just want to say thank you for your sympathy. Indeed, the Quran teaches us that whoever attends the funeral of a fellow and stays till the final prayer receives blessings. And so the blessings of Allah is on all of you. I want to thank the two families for their patience. We recognize that in Islam, when a person has died, they are supposed to be interred as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, the state in which the bodies were made it difficult for us to identify positively which was which. And that's why we had to go through the scientific process of identifying. Happily, that process was ended yesterday and we received electronically the forensic results for our two brothers. And that's why we have come to bury ahead. As I speak, the forensic reports for the rest have also arrived. And so in consultation with their families, we would decide how their funeral should be held. But as we said, on the 15th of this month, we'll hold a state funeral for all of them. The families are able to hold separate events to commemorate their loved ones, and the government will be there to assist them. The two brothers, Muniru and Murtala, were both personally close to me. Murtala, I mentored from when he was a new MP at Nantong, and he had been a devout member of our team, one of our very bright intellectuals, very eloquent in Parliament, and he had been a part of our research agenda. Muniru was like a younger brother. He was a permanent fixture in my house and acted almost like my personal assistant. I sent him on errands. And so this is a very deep personal loss for me. But I know that they were both Muslims and very devout Muslims. And so I believe by Allah's grace that he will receive them in Jannatul Firdaus. I want to thank the imams who said the prayers, because in Islam, once you are dead, the only thing that is useful to you is prayers. And so I want to thank all the imams who came and said prayers for the repose of our brothers' souls and for their admittance into paradise. I want to thank the families too for accepting my decision that they be buried here in the military cemetery. Many of you would have probably had other intentions for their burial, but I do believe that this is a conducive resting place for the two brothers. And the families are free to visit their graves anytime that you want to do so. And so we'll thank all of you for coming. Like I said, today is not a day for talking. I find it very difficult to find words that I should speak. And so I just say thank you. May God grant them paradise, and may the memory of them guide us too. I believe that they would have wanted us to continue the hard work that we were doing with them. And so, in memory of them, we shall continue to work very hard to serve the people of Ghana, to ensure the success of our reset agenda, so that their names will be written in gold in paradise. I thank you all very much.
EpaHoaDaben Sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
EpaHoaDaben.
Say it again.
EpaHoaDaben.
Daben.
Now together, EpaHoaDaben.
Awesome.
EpaHoaDaben.
Me follow football be brave, but interview a wo ye no interview the super interview a wo ye no ene dia wo keka no na che se Ghana still cry no to add in the future say me analysis
na me say we interview na me pese me busa o say wan kasa na adwen ekuta ono I don't know me pese be hu adwen be be free buy
Oba de na de ma mi o
because question now to ma ma no de fa na no wo shi pa cha say ko be dia so no wo chase no wo free no wo chase asa na question no ntimi nti wa tama so papa
Sheikh Medase, Nyamishra nyina.
Why yam the papa ubojuma pa Nyamishra.
Amen.
Nyawa hu de ye hu pa wa boy.
Mame mo wa baso.
Medase.
Me empire ne say be fi happy FM na or ko BBC.
Amen.
Because we me put two questions. I mean, say yes, in Sancho Juma na nya Asimbia na hu a woka. Wo ye mu twetwe mu ansa. We de kire say bibi edin no ya mfa ma woka. Nyankopon chira pa ye bo wa baso. Ye wo ye nyina no ye monitor. Nyankopon say wo hwe. Timinim say de wo ye nyina be di wo anim ama Nyankopon abokwan part wo anim ama.
So motive be.
EpaHoaDaben.
Baby, when you say first na ye binumu ye shut down politics. You see politics for no money or money and money. But na mumu ebinumu so nti enyina ye ni agi say ye bebo ama of mine na koso na ebo 1 o'clock pe na wa ye lawyer ama o mine na lawyer for enyina pon akofia koda Nyamishra
EpaHoaDaben Sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
supporting the fight against illegal mining, Galamsey. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana Armed Forces have played significant supporting roles in the fight against illegal mining, Galamsey. We are not out of the woods yet as a NIP because there is a political will at the very top. We have reviewed the fight against illegal mining and have worked with stakeholders to reform the fight. The National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, is a product of that review exercise. The recovery of several forest reserves early this year, which our forest guards could not venture, was led by the Ghana Armed Forces. Additionally, the Navy supported land forces in Operation Hall 2 to combat illegal mining along River Ankobra in the western and western north regions. The Navy's riverine operations along the Volta River, like Operation Oasis in Bui, also assisted in reducing the effects of illegal mining on the Black Volta. To strengthen security along Ghana's inland waters and riverine areas, government launched the Blue Water Guard training program in 2025 this year. The Blue Water Guard initiative aims to establish 24-hour monitoring of Ghana's water bodies. It is a strategic intervention to tackle illegal mining activities, protect the environment, and restore Ghana's polluted water resources. The first batch of 453 personnel were trained by the Ghana Navy at the forward operating base at Ezilimbo. A second batch, made up of 532 personnel, commenced training last month and are scheduled to graduate this week. The training of the guards reflect Ghana Navy's commitment to operationalizing government's initiative of ensuring that all mining activities in Ghana leave a positive green footprint and not pollute water bodies.
EpaHoaDaben Sinupi na nokre eye baako pɛ.
Free. Ome ibitumpo na yema ibenya huto. Free. Oh my Ghana, be oh my. And this is how we say welcome and a lovely good afternoon to you for joining us live on Happy 98.9 FM and meeting us up as well on the socials. We are live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, we're live on X Spaces, we're live everywhere. Medine Bismark Brown obeti me afrɛ me BB. Ewie me do obo ade nyankopon ase. Me sanso da won so ase. Uni hɔ a dwumadie ni hɔ. Ba ne ɔhata soro ni hɔ a me ne mmienu nyina ni hɔ. Ti yɛda n'ase na mada wo nso ase. Sɛ brano da biara da. Yɛbɛtena ha yɛnkasa nguo. Na yɛnim sie wɔ bi wɔ akyire hɔ a ɔno nso tie yɛn kɔmodie. Ɔde na koma ne na adwene ne susue nyina di akyire. Ebi mu nso bɔka ɛhwɛ dwumadie no live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and all social media handles. Appreciation. Edamo ase. Yɛni sɔ sɛ ne mo yɛ yɛn. Yɛni sɔ sɛ de mo hwahwa yɛn. Radio adwuma no nipa ho adwuma. Nipa ho adwuma. So knowing you are on that side, on the other side, makes me feel good. Memo adwo, memo aha. Enche be kwa nwumre, memo aha mo akwaba. Ebe dwumadie no so. Oba Facebook live obetimi de won komodie won nsam a ehye wo bo ne wo wutiri mu ne odwennwene ho ne wakotete apeso kyerɛ wadwene. Ni nyina betimi hwe agu ha no. Aha na oman ne rante. Aha na oman no ehwie na koma gu abontene. Nti aha opese wo express ho fa oman no ho a braha wia bia mekan ama wo. Ade mu di matam kura me mekan. Emane ha obɛkyerɛ wadwene. Ema obi anso nka okasabo anhye oyam. I'll be on Facebook pretty shortly by bekan kan messages ni nyina. Ewi anso yedi nkomo. Mambusa na ho ye de. Se bɔkɔ de. E do twadu ampo nyankropon ase. Enye ye nyina na enye ne sei. Nkoda 16 17 na wo mu nim se ne beto wo mo no. Eto da bia driver fo mu menya hoye kakra o. Na no na metie nkoda 16 accident mu asem. The issue of human error no ho. It play a very significant role e wa kwanhia hodo mu. Enti se utwi bus no hu se truck bi ana tanker bi ana se car kasie bi walusu control ne tire pai na etotoro na woba. Ahweyi a wo se driver ni a wo ka nyesa wo wani tua no ye no wo so hwe na ye ni ye. Enti we no human misjudgment. Ono nso ni tirimu no ye na adwen sank wo park enti car ni hihimu a na koto ne ba bia no ato aso. Ba bia no park de ho anso na car ni munimuni aba beto. Ebe pem wo mo ba si. E man koda 16 kanananananana. Enye nyina na enya ne sei. Se me no mienu ti ase ne wa hoden. Nkoda ebo ne me no mo ye. Enso hwe ko mo fa so ko ye. Se minister si wo mo nyare nampam. Omo sode anopa no na oma adwuma no wo mo koso. Nenso hwe asem ekoto wo. Wonye special chen wo mo. Enu nti na wo so de nyame asese wo ti ase. Because it could have been you. Wonye special chen wo mo. Omo nye special chen yen. Time and chance happens to all of us. Mframana na ebi ekobbo fa baabi. Ochena na ebi ebetimi abo afa wo dan chi. But omo ati krom ho na nkasa kra. It could have also involved them. Anka helicopter de betimi akote ahwe school bi so. Anka helicopter de betimi akwa compound house bi so akunipa wo mu nyina. Ekun wo mu atimu so aka ho. Nti anka betimi ayewo. Onya special bi asa. Wo nchembo. Ena wo need to be enche owo. Nano na meka cho bi say sa accident we could have been worse. I know. Say ne asie no eni enyan ehu pa. But can you imagine a scenario play a helicopter no kwhwe ho no no. San so eka enipa hodo ka ho a wo mu nyina nso hye. That would have been extremely unbearable. As much as we can't bear this, look at the bigger. It could have been something unimaginable beyond what has happened. That is the reality of life. Ewe ye di oman ni mu nkomo na meto nsafro sefo anotumu bi. And ebekwa homa no so akodi nkoma hodo the New Patriotic Party. Ene da womo ede statement bi ba beto abontene. Womo statement omo de beto abontene no masem ne se a steering committee of the party in Shiaye a womo esi sa aginaye no. Na aginaye a steering committee of the party si ene se sadia oyede ya be ya awrehosem ato oman no so ayi nyina yesu kanka NDC amanyoko esun Tamale Central for esun esane se ni omahwere wo momra hye bedwani no party na tena se adwene ho ahunu se by election asa owe di bebe ehu hia so omo bekobi nti omo twe omo ho e de free eye Tamale Central by election ni mu, even though a by election has not officially been announced. Yen nyina yenim yen constitutional arrangement se obi wo mra hye bedwafie no owu a ne yeye and ebeka konwa no nti ne wo se ye de ne megu akwam kohwe na yakoto abayi obi fufuro besi na nan MPP so o matwe omo ho every sa by election a ebeba so as a result of this accident. Na statement iba bontini na Ghana for chiro madwene variously obi an said he hunu the decision by the MPP to do it this way. Ebi say a show maturity, ebi say akire say there is life beyond politics. Ebi say akire say it is not always about competition. But what tie ebi no nso so adwen kire wo sa asem yi ho a omo say eye politics na bia na MPP for eye ono say eye sympathy bi na party no epe enye free omanfo ho womo say Tamale Central seat na nkasa no omo awomo nim say nya de a obube wini na ewini china we circumstances kura de by election ya ba awreho kwanti even kura MPP for ni bi kura are likely going to vote for NDC candidate bia omo de ne beba say ombesi honorable Mutala anamu nti ebi mu so adwen kire ne say eye politics eye gimmicks eye enya de bia sanka stakes ni high anka MPP anka bia Tamale Central ye 50-50 seater ankombe jemu ebi nso say akwatia na MPP suro nti na wo mo aye we sa sanse ankomu nyaaya na nka said o maya NDC for no NDC for enso enyema wo mo ewa akwatia. We've heard Franklin Kujo of Imani Africa saying said the MPP ayediama NDC ewa Tamale Central no omunye the same enfama wo mo ewa akwatia. And I've also listened to experts omo so nchire mu ni say democracy no eye competition. Enti emfa hone ne ede competition ne beba the competition must happen. Say be ya democracy de bedi mu. Enti say party bi so otwe ne ho afri election mu because obi ewu ntie no ebinum susu ye ne say enne democracy no nhyeda mfasa. Ye say ye ane ye. Ewi aminim ba bia wugina awasa asem yi ho. Me dia beto anim ye mobo hu ni hu nkomo because ene no I will cross over to the NDC for akachi na me ne wo mu mpanimfo a manage elections edi nkomo busa se ne MPP aye wo mu hunu ne sen wo mu somu ana wo mu de wo mu nyanyanka wo mu competition no wo mu na de ato wo mu ani na sani abi ni mu ka no do they read some political meanings into sani me ya na you better the whole akwatia scenario and whether this is likely going to court a reciprocal gesture from the NDC in terms of akwatia. Obeba homa no so obeba Facebook live na wabekira wadwene e wosa nkomo enyina da ho yenkwa akwatia na me yenkwa akwatia kwabreje Japan a wo 2 franka ana wo pre 2 franka e wo ama MPP odna not nkomo emu bi and a good number of other political analysts have shared this very opinion. Say the whole concept of by election no kra na zo man ye hwani san hwedi biem isane say one ede basabasa ye ntokwa mentime ho ase ede tension ba o man ni mu raise political temperature no near the bebre. Quite apart from tension and violence and security issues, it's also the issue of resources. Parties sika omo be spending campaign omo be san kwakwaye sika ye be say ni nyina na ma ni bre no ekosoro. So there are those who are proposing the idea or putting to the fore the idea say yes, I read the whole concept of by-election BM. Na sanka ekwaye owu a yen fa kwan foforo so na yen fansia na emu na nkwan kwaye se by-election bia ntino na acrimony ebi kura se by-election ntino e me bi no mo efa won etukura konwa no ho adwene ne ade the whole issue of by-election and how we manage it in this country and what implications. And don't forget, we have a duty to comply with the very constitutional arrangement. I beg your pardon. And why are we picking and choosing or seeking to propose to pick and choose the say convenient MIM? We're discussing this matter anyway. We'll talk to a political science analyst. We'll talk to Richard Ahiagba, who speaks for the NPP. We'll speak to Ayama DJ Bril, who speaks and also is in charge of elections as Deputy Director of Elections for the NDC. We are the National Communications Authority, NCA, at the Kratebia Boabontene, are closing down a number of radio stations. Na sa radio stations here are close to down way. You betray me, minimum penny for now. Area new makasa. Say you never kaya. I think it's some few months back, and NCA the list to be by say are closing a number of radio stations now because almost a breachy compliance regime, no, embrane in Shishaya eda ejumano home, o frequency, sika also tia home, documentation, I would do say dimu and son, awaiting me pretty as a radio station or Ghana ha. Na stations ni bi ewo hwa womuto sini ewo safano. Enunti minister emaye de some amane bone ba abontene. Be kire say indeed ya close our stations ni down. But President Mahama intervention bi say anohye inti no yema sa stations si at least bosome baako 30 days na omomfa nya wo mo niema yie nsiesie omufie omo documents akamu omo behwe no ma renew omo licenses ewo omo behwe na omo regularize omo a womo comply with standards eno so omo behwe na omo ayesa adwuma ni nyina no maye free kwan mu stations ni bi a comply ebi de omo amfa nya adwuma according to a statement na betodwa ne kira eyade a stations ni bi wo ho a womo de womo amfa womo nsanka problems no kra je say womo anya womo adwene say womo sakra niemani asasa niema. Joyce, if you have the NCA statement, let's share with our viewers on Facebook. And yanka imuna Ghana phone so etie already soon TB. Now, subsequent to that, Minister no ISA was suspended the operating licenses of SAR radio stations. You know, I don't know if Joyce you're here. Let's have that letter or statement in a yankomu kakra. And then we are soon come on at the betwafa. The issue of prophecy and what it means for governance and the whole politics are here, you know. The whole politics are here, you know. And come share a place, politics mu den. Ubekaya ni enra ene betuja say openia mampenia pa no say onye ntemgina for ma aban ene osoma hodo e wo man ni mu Elvis free ankra. Or the crack table betuja say fine kono obia nyame beyi bibia kire so ye professor ye sofo wo ye hwan nyame yi bibi kire ne fa aban mu mpanimfo ho efa mrahye bedwafo ho efa oman yi ban bo ho na efa amambuo ho a fa bre ne office na omu review eye sa prophecy no na asemu anu amedi hu komo efre eye apostle Cosby AJ a oda family house chapel ano what the nchirichiri mu ni na dwenkyere baaye osusu kwa bi na betimi aboa ema ebe CV the false prophecies the sensational prophecies na ene na mu no na etimi ama bai mu penifo apeke chusu ne hu hia wo so mutu hu na mobo ho paye. But he also mentioned say na omoji prophecies na de empa no mo de be de no be afa prophecies no because obi no so wanya prophecy nyame be ka kire wo a wo be review prophecy na ko be yi kire wo we ya kire obi na de na we ya kire obi no wo no ugina bia ne sen na watimi ahunu se prophecy we akoya kan de no kre ananye no kre firi nyame ana mfiri nyame o say well prophecies ought to be judged bibusa ne say kwan me ne judge prophecy o say the Bible and a judge prophecy how that works I don't have insight but sa directive we buy atwem komo bebre aba. Now the question people are asking is what is the place of prophecy in governance? Abaya ba bedum pempenso a ene oyaje prophecies edi enunti o show interest or prophecies mu ama se osofo bi ehunu bibia won fambre no na wonhwe mu ana se eyekwan bi aban de regulative prophecies because accident is wie na videos bi start see epie nyame anim no kura ni se sa videos na epie ni nyina no na emu bie ni wa na e wa bonten de da na air trend a agi din akọ viral because there was no incident ebe corroborate eyesa prophecy no but accident ni nya si wie na sa videos yi fi ase se eyiyi ni ti a eba aso akwanhia no ama aban ehu se yasofu ebi ka no kro nti yentwi men wo mu ana yentwi wo mu men yen ana na anya bia no prophecy no ye de buman prophecy no ye ne ye de chichiri kro prophecy no ye de be manage economy prophecy no eno ne ye de be your mind no national security plan ana people are asking the place of prophecy in governance because statement na if Jubilee House buy no was say ayidie ne fa governance ho a amambuo ho a fabra efa amamu mpadimfo ho a fabra efa national security ho a fabra to what extent does prophecy play a role in governance? We ask that question today and we'll talk to those who matter as far as this matter is concerned. You want to join us live on Facebook na indisa enkomoi enyinada na akwanhye siwie Ghanaians are up in arms womu nyina ekase si ekaye therefore galamsey di asembebo galamsey di asembeba na de na se no fo ye nenam ho ye ne politics ye be ko yenkrofo tubi nti yentwen no muntu kakra wenum adidi saa afi ne enso aba yenso ndidi bia ene ye hyeda nkwoche nkofo bi ene ehwe se ye betimi di aba betu newspapers mu akama ye tu eye galamsey so sa enso no kura wo mu ne se galamsey ne yentu so sa eye firefighting approach bi ne ye tesa de na no aso ha no mo na yakobo ohyew kakra wo ho akyeche nkrofo kakra ne de omo akwakotum ananse de omo abegina newspapers mu aban bomoden ye kyeche nkrofo eni obusa se eden na aban ye fa galamsey hu ese na no honi ho ne ye kye nkrofo bi na no honi ho ne kwache nkrofo bi but galamsey ne koso in spite of sa arrest we nyina that should tell us say nkrofo bi na hyade na chi a wo mo ye nyanche wo mo na galamsey therefore yi na akofa oye ne yaba Ghana for ene kase bampani joma ama se uwo bribi ya to galamsey ase de gina sa asemu so ene Ghanaians, and it has always been a clarion call. It's been yenyina ya no akoba nkuro mu. But the same way ama amanfo ani abre more ene yesi yemfa ohwubo bi mbowura eye galamsey enkomoni mu. Wo so nkomo wo ho eni sen oba Facebook live a oba kire wadwene mekenkan ama na watimi ensoso ahwie wakoma ene unsusue nyina ede egu ho. EpaHoaDaben dwumadie nie bidin ene Bismark Brown. Mami she unkran.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben.
It is time to get motivated. And fire crying shesem embra wenewie. Joyce fire court na yanko he ene ensemo ye de hye ye ho enkran. Efo wo hu. Ye. Yesu eye ye mpanimfo yo makowu ya ye. Oman no esun Ghana nkoda a omo ahwere wo bo nkwa. Ye guba akoso a Yesu an ebi beka ho. E bompa esensi bi. But owo so onfaso bi ma eyen ya atasefo wunim za. No krepa e wo mu no owo wo hoi no e wo onfaso bi e ma eye atasefo. Na asema meka we busa se na bibi asema na okan. Enye atiasefo mu na se obi wu a eka yen pa. Enye yen atiasefo mu na se obi wu a ye hwere ade. Enye yen na se obi wu a na ani atutu aka nsem. Na eye den na owuo emfasodie bi ewo mu. owuo mfaso a ɛwɔ hɔ ɛma yɛn atiasefo ɛyɛ bebree na ne nyinaa ne sɛdeɛ a wohunu no ɛsane sɛ no kura wɔ mu ne sɛ owu ɛya ɛmɛn wɔ a wote nka different ɛna ɛbɛn wo nso a ɛwɔ sɛdeɛ a wote ɛho ɛnka na ɛnɛ nea mede hyɛ wo nkura nie ɛmmerɛ a yɛsu na yɛtwa adwoɔ na yɛdi yaw na yɛhwehwɛ ahoɔdene ɔsɛ death is a challenge. It tells us not to waste time. It tells us to tell each other right now that we love each other.
Happy FM 98.9.
Owo ye challenge. Eye challenge bi a owo ohun abrabọ mu challenge bi a owo toma nipa. Impempi enam abrabọ mu a eya na ewure fi owo. Because uhe said ye nipa bi ekasa wo mo so. Enipa bi di tumi. Enipa bi wo sika nti, omu tietia wo mu enyonko so esane se wo sika chen no. To da bia we said ye nipa bi treat nipa bi because ogina ba bi pa chen sa nipa na. Clearly ugina chira wo hwa wo se onipa ni wura fi so wo wo ho. Ene no kre. Ade ba akọ ọgbọ ade de kan nipa ho ya refie ene atiye. Na de ba akọ ade refie ba ya atiye. Otiye a owura fi wo ho. Okona wo ba owura fi wo ho. Ene ma akoso abrabọ mu ma wa owura fi wo ho. Aya tenase
Happy FM 98.9.
Empempi wo kwa ho kire mu ansa kra na wo kai se me kra be bɔ mpa ya che na me kra se metwem ho afidwame ho eye normal owura fi wo ho. Na ye di abrabọ mu akwani aba ye koba ye prepare sika ye prepare promotion ye prepare ebesi adan facheme ye be ye japade de ama ye ma ye pra ye kwa ye bre ye mogya ni nyinaa no eya na ye wura fi se owuo bi ewo baabi kwadwantwi kan ye o se ye nom a ye nom ye goro a ye kwa ye ba nyinaa no eja owuo tete kwan chen baabi twɛn no owuo twɛn obia ne time no ani ade a enso ye but se owuo ba eya na challenge be no owuo to ma yen because nipa na wawu no wuntimi mfa ne mba back o frɛ ne ba back enye yie untimi hwehwɛ baabi a wogina at the very moment a wawuo basa owuo no
Happy FM 98.9.
sa owuo no eka bibi kyerɛw sa owuo no to challenge bi ma wo na challenge a owuo to ma nipa ene se ekai yen ka kyerɛ yen se ye mmere sua na ye wobiribi ya yenye ne ntem o say death is a challenge. It tells us not to waste time. Owuo eka kyerɛ yen ministers ye awuei sojafo awuei party officials a wo mu awu ya ye asɛm baako eka kyerɛ ne sɛ uwo biribi ya hwene yo tom na emmere no entwɛn wo obi die ba nopa obi die ba wia obi die ba nadwo obi die ba hemanachi na ebra wo die beba no wunnim enti na ene a wo ahoden wo nkwa fetu anamon towards ne da wakoma so ne wasusu ho ne waso ho daye ne ne wo pesa wo ye esane se ebeba mpofiri mu na ebi ebeba no na o dreams eniema a waso ho daye a eda wakoma so no ne ebi mpo a wuntu ho anamon da. Death is a challenge. It tells us not to waste time. And now one coin, what the time ye den? And now what see what the time ye den? The likes of Dr. Manebuamane, Dr. Mutala. At least these are 2 of the 8 victims. Ni padodo ni mo ho asem pa. So wo mo ages na kire se wo mo ba politics mu no enhye na nche bebre. Dr. Manebuama CJ Emremu Committee for Joint Action ena woyi ni ti dendende a NDC for poaching ne fast egrumi no a ene waba beye osoafo a wadi adwuma kese ama ene to a wato na ka obia Mutala Muhammad ba politics mu actively enche bia. But you see, sa nipa mienu me use omo mienu not because omo maka no omo hu hia. Me use omo mienu because omo stories na very familiar. Sa nipa tu yi. So we the period within which omo ba politics mu any edi impact omo aba be make within this short period omo ba politics mu it tells you one thing. Say emra womu nya emre to do politics no omo de omo yusu emre ni yie ama enne si etwa yedni ahwachi se ye hwe politicians omo ye younger ye ntimi nyi sa mienu yi emfiri mu ewia mi busa se omo de omo abehunu omo de omo abeye omo de ene yedi omo ho adanse ye kire ne omo beye ye na wo otiasi die na wo de wo time ne ye na se omre no so no owuo befaw a wo mbɔ wamane a adanse ben na tiasefo obedi afa wo ho se wo ba asase so beye ye adanse a wo kwa yiase a wo tese edi wo nkofo ho nyina eye ne omo de omo time ebeye wo asase so
98.9
wo time no wo de ye den wo do time creating memories ebeye long lasting e wa tiasefo because this life it doesn't matter sika dodo a wunya yo ana emfa ho ne cars dodo a woto yo all about memories wagya wo ni petirim because o car na wo fa nko o dan no wo fa nko ne wudi je nipa nye dan ne wudi je nipa nye car ne wudi je nipa enye wo bank account impempi no kura no wo be kɔ no wo mo ne wo bre ya wo be didi wo bre so ni nyina no kura no wo mu nyambre endi bi o ma mbre ho mo tie kire baabi ene be ko hu adi enti enye japade a wo gya na asase su na kire se wa bebɔ bra tiemiye pa ene enye cars dodo a wo be gya na asase su ene kire se wa bebɔ bra.
Happy FM 98.9
esikafo bebre wuko na so ne yenkai wom. I'm telling you, esikafo bebre no more mansions, more cars, wari man mu bebre, ma bebre, enso womo wuko yenkai womo money bimpom kai womo. Money does not make an impact. Property ni adan make impact and the difference in people's lives. They make impact. Eni ne wan kasa wetimi aye ewo nipa dasani abrabomu ensakraya wodi aba obi abrabomu emoa wodi boa obi wasase so obi wo hwa ne okai wo ho ane se papa wodi ohia na se ne emutie bia ne smile nko betimi ama wani age obi wo wa wokɔ na yi ase ne ka papa de da bia nanimu sidie oni ska o enso ne de kai ne nie utimi ko bia yi asini aka cho se papa de no escapa so utimi krampo men no
FM 98.9
na nimu kusu da bia obi ampo suro mpo so obechia ni mpo memories ben na wuja asase sofo na be kai wo asoro abofo nkai wo ye no tena asase su na be kai wo ne ye kai wo sen. Death tells us not to waste time. Use your time wisely. No so kwa animu ka say. It tells us to tell each other right now that we love each other. So when him said the next 5 minutes ubewu an ka be kire odo ama nipa na ne ti sisia no. So when him say akwantu a wukoi ukwa a wo mma back an ka be spend time e de ama onamfofo a wo be wo mu nyina hug. And so essence wunim da ubewu nti you have taken all of that for granted. When was the last time I will ba okache ne say I love you? Me de ba from sir. When was the last time I will ba okache ne say I love you?
Happy FM 98.9
People need love. People need encouraging words. People just want to hear positive words. If you have the opportunity today to express odoma obia, me my name pa because emre ne nya wo dia. Uhu so obia wu a mane mo nka yese enne wo do bi kira ye because uwu a untimi nya hwi biem. Cemetery ho are full of plans. Cemetery ho are full of ideas. Cemetery ho ɛyɛ full of one more hyɛ nkrɔfoɔ bɔ nanso so ɔmo ntimi andi so na no Dr. Manebo amawu bai na obi ka sɛ ɔkyena kyɛsɛ da no wukwada na ne yawada na 2 o'clock na wɔ so okohyia no na ɔyɛ adeɛ bi ma no ɔyɛ biribi ma no ɛwɔ defense ministry hɔ na wahyɛ ne bɔ so wɔ mbra bibia bɛyɛ kama obedi n'anim ama bibia yɛ fine ɛne sɛ adeɛ nkyea ma wɔn anhyia ma ne wa promise ne bɛba so ukɔ asamando a it is full of promises unfulfilled. Enti sɛ uwo biribi yɛ ma obi a mentwentwɛn wɔ n'ase. Death tells us to tell each other right now that we love each other. Ɛmmoa na owɔ ma obi no mentoto no mentɔso no mema no stories ukura mmoa ne paa nso wo stretchi nipa ne kakra ɔkyena nya ɔde awo benu ho okra bɛbɔ ne nsa no nso obi ante mentimi anya ade a mame maame ansa na mekɔ ade a meka sɛ bede beba me sister mentimi amfa ma no ɛna mawue okra bɛbɔ ne nsa no saa nso na ka akyire enne na wo all you have is today. All you have is now. Learn to live in the present and stop thinking about the future.
98.9.
And Yesu kae. Also, do not worry about tomorrow. Ochina will take care of itself. Ochina maye. And then now woman what they get dying. Untibi nyusu and then we ochina. What are you doing today? And now one kwano what they can't send bang. And now one kwano what they create confusion e wo fia wotimu ana. And now one kwano what they bokro no wadwuma mu ana. And now me no ka say boss bi di obi ani din wadwuma mu nipa ni nya yakora adwuma no obegya nso ogya okoye den. De bia o de awerɛho na ba adwuma. And ne say nipa ya wotiti ni wawu a oba begina ho no asu akansem de and so you had the opportunity to tell the person something good, something positive. Bibi ebema na rechichire. Obi enya post ana wodi ode kentine nkofo so ode ku nkofo sunsun ode tina nkofo anije so.
Happy FM 98.9.
Debi beba okra bebo ne nsa no ade de minyaaya nka me treat akwa we differently. Minyaaya nka kwenka anka memehwe ni yie saa minyaaya nka no penifo bi ka asem bi sebe agimifo kasa because the opportunity to live in the now ewa haya asisia but we keep postponing the goodness in us ene kai uko obi ayi ase amane kai wo say owuo no ka kire wo se men waste wo time e wa asase so owuo no so ka kire wo se uwo biribi ka kire wo bi wo biribi pa bi yema wo bi wo ade pa bi e wo se wo ya yenyema ye hu sesia na the next 1 minute could be the end
Happy
of the opportunity
98.9
to do it. We enemy crash semwa. We want to check with your time. It's just 5 minutes gone past the hour 3. Na emrena so se call eye abe fonten time so. Nye busa sa question we.
Den na ekọ. Den na ekọ. EpaHoaDaben. Den na ekọ. Den na ekọ.
Prince of Gold.
Man, BB.
Prince of Gold.
Man, BB.
Prince Enchibu Esiako.
Man, BB.
Strong man. Hey, happy kasebo. Akwawe or drive ade nu tu. Hey, Brady.
Man, BB.
Nano na taxi bi be park wase ha.
Okay.
Na em say or before be. Okay. Not from our office. The office opposite.
Yeah.
And na me suma we show ameko say jamo na mo be take over.
Sir.
Na me sane ase ho na me te kasa. Me te kasa me nante me be nyina na me say voice here family me do ya. Hey. Braji baby akwa na biom say.
Eh.
Oh, Uni awo trendy o. Amanfo ani ju news no ho.
Madaroma, you do better kakra.
Amanfo ani ju news no.
Kakra.
Omudi me mechi me kan news da.
They mu no pedi for you musia.
Me be sua se ne kan news free ho. Me kan news da. To be kire me the rudiments. Baba class. Prince of Gold.
Man, Bibi.
Na mo se den na ekọ.
Bibi, na bread here. And some ko pa. Kwa be fontin ta kese nso a. Ene ma de bi ko so pa.
Internet no so dem say man for now.
Enya asem ketwa.
Social media no so.
Omo na.
Da bia say gina so
24/7.
O pa asam so dia benya bebre.
Kwa na benya wo.
Na fa mu no.
De eye no kore no sa ha de no kore no. And a baby can was some
intro no doors on social media. No,
Dabi, family
packaging doors,
do settings,
and not at him no so doors settings. Or you swear it settings in the doors.
And just have get to her. As you are the end of Crena, your boy, Chelsea, and Creno. Now, Bana, you have a summit for.
Nice one.
Bibi, yes, I see. The didn't carry any moyenne. Ato oma konkono Ghana enuanom panifo nwɔtwe a sɛbesɛbe omenam ewimhyɛ kwanhyia so ananu wɔnse do no memfa ho nsɛm eni nkan ene aban de aba sɛ nyankopɔn yɛ adom a efiade di anim yi August busu ni de to so edunum 15 ɛna ɛyɛ Blaster Square ɛna kyɛ nyankopɔn yɛ adom a yenuanom wɔtwe na Yesu kokra ɔman yɛ efiade ya ne brada kwade a wɔde fiade ya yɛ ɛde amomo
sɛ kwasiada na esie muslimifo no nti akristofo de ne yɛ efiade da yɛ nim
and a year nankasa
musie no
so Blaster Square yami adom efiade ya no man for di hu komo Facebook opa sabaya ya de say animunyam hye say se mo be somo ma konkono Ghana na so house ya ba na sabaya hu se o se etumi kin na bom ne ye wufusum se de moma na so man for no ebo abaya ba so pa to de bibi de fa yi no ho hyehyɛ kakra no
tifiada
na me adom a anopa no wɔtwe na ye na ye share Blaster Square na say de bekoso obi anso ni say Happy FM so de de ho nsɛm ahodo ni na
demu live
ebebre etiefo ntia na ɔmahye ne nso de aman na bibi enkomo fro koso abɛfo ntenta kese nso we de nsɛmbɔ pa ɛna ɔmanfo de ɛbɔ Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama ni na no sɛ ɛnɛ owura Mahama de atodwa sɛ empanifo wɔtwe a enama to renchem so to ananum wonse de no omuni na ma eyade amampani ebe board watu ni say education fund e de be ma omumani na
I see nipa 8 no
nipa 8 ni na
ti aban be he omuma school
school we say eja no a 777 or be show mu school no on na say watu ananum wonse de no eja no so film ahwe ya na de ohaw abandi say mampani che say ye be bofoto obi di ato no mu a saa mpanifo nwɔtwe yimani na ane ye ba be show mo e wo so aye so manfo di nkomo pa ntuba Facebook no be say e da wakama kama owura Mahama e de sansem no atu edwo manfo e bona ba so aye ade sansem ofra na ne ye eje na film no wan hwe ya na do wo JHS do wo SS do wo suapon omo school say na ba be ba sa ante ne so de sa atu dwade na bibo manfo no che say aye ade bibia eko ye ede amano na bibi ba ko a aba beto dwa no ho nkomo na kese pa e wo Facebook no so eye nekrate free National Communications Authority NC nchen ababonte bibi na ene krata free NC ho ababonte no omanfo ebre no a chese NC ofase omani sankrofo bi ana se den omoye ni na se ne kase NC chese radio stations ahodo baako enkono ewo manmuni kado bam yatum a chese radio stations baako enkono yakasa ide eyade omhwaka
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8
9 omhwaka ebi ubaka yan se emre bi oru Sam George emom de krata ba bonten sa emom 30 days se sa 30 days no omonhwe na nema enkoye wa okrata ho nsem enema ahodo ni na mesesi ni na o chese bi mato asode aboden omo de se omonti so dogo bi mponu abe no masanso sika so
mpemu a
omabo amfita duku kokoni bi atima hebunkum ente kra je so mo die dabi man kokra.
So statement in the NCA suspends operations of radio stations. The National Communications Authority has suspended the operations of 9 radio stations for various infractions. This action follows the expiration of the 30-day grace period granted by the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, for defaulting stations to remedy the violation of the laws and regulations governing FM radio broadcasting in Ghana. 6 stations, so there are 2 categories.
Yeah.
6 stations failed, refused, and neglected to comply with the regulatory amnesty by taking no action. 6 out of the radio stations are affected. You know.
Yeah.
One more dear problem na da ho no. Omo anye ho hwe kra. Omo fail ye. Omo refuse ye. And they neglected to comply. Consequently, the operations of the following stations have been suspended.
Yeah.
Stations ebebo mu din ya suspend omo yi. Omo na omo ampemu akra. Anya ho hwe. One near Dan Plus Multimedia, 105.9 ewo. Dreams Ghana Limited, 104.9 New Abrim. Jam Multimedia Limited, 101.3 Kentampo. Jewel Group Limited, 102.7 Duaya Nkwanta. Pandai Star Community Radio, 107.3 Pandai. And a Unique Gateway Communication Limited, 105.7 in Ko. Inti wenu muna chese womo
mfi kra ampe ho asema anka kra.
Okay. Now there is another category of radio station.
98.9.
Now Joyce, my main question kakrana or say whereas many of the violating stations took steps to remedy breaches during the amnesty period, 3 stations failed to remedy some of the breaches, including unauthorized use of studio to transmitter link and unapproved transmitter locations. Consequently, the operations of the said stations have been suspended for operating without a certificate of compliance in violation of Act 54 of the Electronic Communications Regulations 2011. And SAR stations, the second category of stations, omu di nhihye ni bi so, but omu ndi ni nyina so. Na in their case, ade a omu ndi so ne se ensese enemremu obi use studio to transmitter link to transmit.
Yeah. Happy FM 98.9.
Yeah, wo baby a de transmitter esi. Omo no baby esisi no etia hyehyeye no. Within 30 days no, omo ankope baby papa also with this amfa nkusi. Nti omo so ya to omu and ya suspend omo operating license. Sa stations ni ni Wontumi Multimedia Limited. Wontumi Multimedia Company Limited, 95.9 Accra. Wontumi Multimedia Limited, 101.3 Kumasi. And now Wontumi Multimedia Company Limited, 101.3 Takrade. Wow. Wontumi radio stations de ni nyina akọ.
Say the Accra de no call, Takrade de no call, Kumasi de no so.
And also call. But Oma man chichimu nti wonti ase a obetime abusa. I mean chichimu na da.
Chichimu wo ho. Enti o matum no. Na say wa wonti ase no. Na wakwa kubusa na say mpanyfo abo amu hunu. Bibi eno so edie eno no. Na yanku animu en. Bibi ye ka secretary for so asa babonten.
Sir.
No free gaming commission of Ghana. Na onu say oba omaimu. Bibi chacha for no. And asama to chacha for. Because maybe 10% be to so me ko wan ni nyame ade ye free ho. Is a gaming commission of Ghana so kire say kratom da ban ne e kire say is a wa adwin say obebo chacha. Wa obo chacha de da. Wa wo be wuram. Say so obo chacha no a the validation bi ba. Ye be verify o. Ansana chacha no kra watumi ato. Biometric verification. Beba. Afei Watu chache na wie Nyankopon adumu se bonsam adumu bi wetumi adi no. Okọ yi sika no so no. Ye be verify ansan na osika no. Ye di amount. Krata ne chese we be boa. Ama nkrofo bi omofa kwanbọ ne so bokro no ni ade na mo fe mo mu age no. Age de
uni otu better na. Otu better na.
Omo ko e omo de ya o ka de fikasiem. O ka bet sa no ana boys ne dodge. O ko fikasiem.
Oh sa.
Tudi so bi se o bibi. O ma mo fu na me fan hwe fikasiem a.
It's a bet na.
Bet na.
Code name omo de ama no fikasiem.
Tudi sa boys na hia na o fikasiem mu adwuma na ye yo.
Se fikasiem su na skari nyina atai.
What ase e? Fikasiem na se bet mu adwuma.
They say to bet na wo be hia wo national identification card. Ena wotwa wie na wanya sika na okwa draw no so wo be hia Ghana card.
I for say e be fingerprint ana say official. E be verify true official no. Enti be twa anim na wo so kofi menu e na be twa abeti. Kofi menu edi. O fingerprint e be kire ana say wanim dua no enso e be kire. Omo che say we ni be boa ama kofi bo no mo twa abeti na bibi mo mfie ni wo fom. Wo be ko ba bia de omo frɛ ne casino omo bobo ni na wo.
Se undi 18 a otu chacha.
Enso be kono sebe bia ye no mo nsa bia ne ade ne bi sisi ho.
Sa machines ya omo de kwansi na kanea bebre wo.
Da se bibi.
Eno enkwala nkwa na eto.
We kuna nkwa na eto. Enso hwe omomra na uni 18 years a. Sebe on to chacha.
Ba mimi oman we mi problem o. Ye regulate oman no through statements. But yenim say almost every sport e Ghana e was a machine CB.
Eno de bibi omo.
Na ben what say gaming commission atiasi mu any police for nam shop to shop and answer sport to sport. E seize sa machine CB. And answer wo mo kwachi nkrofo na wo makwan man kwada eye.
Good.
We ankanda cover adwuma enye din.
Dabi.
De nkofo bebre ahia na de be mo omo betimi alidi mo ya chichichi sankofo nyina mo sora na mo to office mo issue statement.
Statement na ba ne ya na kasa so e shase ne ya. Statement e ba ne ya na shase ne ya. And so drinking sport bia be ram bia bibi. Sa de e kan wase me bisim.
Okay, so the practical question is say me operate a betting shop. Na oba so beto bet. Be yi me Ghana card ma wa. O betting company no obey den no check hu say one Ghana card ne valid and na two nipa na okura de na mpampa e ono a ya mo facility bi a omo betimi across check database no from NIA for database ana.
Enti over the second paragraph of this letter no omo chire mo ho say they are going to collaborate with individuals no mo ye gaming no.
Yeah.
And you have to come and register. So I believe say
but
through
they
their
are
collaboration no as one can be sukra no.
They are registered.
It doesn't mean say individual companies no. Omo nye registered ya na.
Wo wa register wo mo ama wo nim ba bia wo mo shops nyina wo. Nti wo obribi ma wo mo afa koma wo mo because you should have the addresses.
Cause some game ya can once maybe we call drinking sport one ma boy say we be bo ho. Why it be bo che so omo ye registered.
Exactly.
Omo tua skabia o se omo tua. And you have all these statistics wo ho. More side details we now ho. And you just move straight to them. This is a simple verification machine ye monye. Akra ne ba so ba be to bet na the Ghana card mo fan sim se metwe na ma se na monye no na sa let am dia ba ya fi ameka se
mo so mo implement ade no
and ya
me wa kan dia o mo de be sa verification nyina ani ho. So another thing is we twa wie na wa wini no wo se wo kwaju sika ni enim ni se o mo mutwa bet no o mo gi sika no o mo
sa pepe
inti yesi wo kwa koyi sika no so wo so yusu na ye
verify wa ha
inti eno no me ne sen na say when timi verify ho sika no timi transfer inti me na makotwa bet no a ma wini ade na begu mi phone so and we wini e call momo direct because e tied to your momo number.
Yeah.
Scanner be to me momo wallet mu. Wo si me be scanner me verify with me national identification card. Me ye ne sen.
Okay.
Statement ni kire.
On trim. Statement men kire say bia obe ni say because ultra bet no online na odi a obe transfer free bet company chrono e dia call wallet no. So I don't know if
between app no and wallet
and maybe a verification no be mu dia.
Ti no na bi e be catch yourself bo ID number shimu ana.
Ne verify hwe. And I say who register you traveling until you be scanner, traveling in the yenche, and now say no be an ankasano. Yeah, coffee came cry, confused.
Mobile confused.
Yeah, confused.
Because one casacra mum pesa complications.
What translation said
Mumpe complications.
Fires are you see Kama. That's all about high.
And no big boy be say, me ma to me wash shame games. Bra ma brush shake games.
No idea.
Ma punk of watch also mumma me a code near the idea. Na ma shame game na me win we. What sounds so bad frustrating me sir.
Never find me once and already Mr. Kama. Nurse a bar who ma could chat me the queens a quack room. No me dear ria. Na me yi say. Na no man say go bibi. As out my just for froso. Sa bar ho de no. Udi na scanny pie.
Yeah.
Enti scanner pie na me yi no. Answer na ya verify me the Mexicano and now how is it going to work?
What to follow Chromo Ebia casinos no mu. And not there because one more point of sale devices ni other machines are almost a transfer scanner there. Maybe you can look at that environment. And a betting shops now for walking in. No? You can look at that. But almost betting directly on their phone. Well, it cannot be electronically done. But almost someone implementing it.
And they are also immediately.
And you could see later and
Bibi, young for internal for young Nigeria, Emra.
Okay.
And for you be dear him Wabe Fontaine, Takes, so Mount Ford, Montiasia.
I didn't.
Omoka was sempa, Bibi. Only say Yamia do my January. MPP Amanyo Kono. On the top of the Bukra Frank Adamom. No rubber queen tea or a Abraham Champon. Now, or the Simbia to drive Bibi. O man for June Montiasia. And Abraham Champon, a challenge, a more do. Or to challenge a MPP Amanyo Konum when funny now. Says so be wa Amanyo Konum. Na Bibi. Or so the Sika Samanyo Konum Chono Brian Champon. On Ramonting. Hey! But true challenge.
EpaHoaDaben.
Well, true challenge.
Where Sika phone come?
Or see a free JB down Quaho. A free Buzia.
Or call all the way back.
Or see a free Buzia down Qua. Ebesinea Yaka say. Say MPP Nibi. So I know the Sika say MPP Amanyo Konum. A chair or no Dr. Brian a Champon. Or Monka. No 2 man were tracing into a say. 2024 election, a Coco Eastern Regional Bibi. And Penifo Mujina Pre, my Sabaja MPP, no 33.
Okay.
Or no finance 27. The Botomuska.
I see.
27. And then on qua
more record no.
And then on qua police station executives on war Eastern region home.
Yeah.
Or some year 26,000. November Bushom will be 2 million Ghana cedis.
Or my polling station be
executive be 2 million Ghana cedis.
O can't 2 million and 200 Ghana and I say,
be
2 million Ghana
and you can't and 2 million Ghana cedis. Nipa 26,000.
Ebi our Cambo one ASR amount no. Or can't 26,000 Ibu mo scout them all me 2 million.
That be or see baby produce an more my
ah.
I don't know Tiasia no.
Debut this some of the voice in the Bremo
Fabra me the link na send it producer. Nipa 26,000.
Eastern Region police station executives.
Bianyan 2 million Ghana cedis. Like for say we dey. Ebi an kasa no na.
Ebi a slip. Me sure say bi o say o ma polling station executives na we Eastern Region no.
Nah.
Together or spend bi 2 million Ghana cedis or more.
But second one I'm the send day one no.
Almost say eh
and omra me kire mu yie.
Hey. Ska phone come. Ska sum pedidi.
In 2020 the day our bem and to be here Mexica. But in 2024 the regional chairman, our regional secretary, aha, good. Our Eastern region. Sika, you give support to Eastern region every month, except for about 6.
Voice ya wuti video nankasa so da Facebook. Enti don't just listen. Up evidence no so at that Facebook abetimi ahwe Dr. Brian Champon or can someone working.
MPs 6 because some dey na omu jina omo na so da say bibi wo omo nsem. Apart from that 6 MPs PCC out of 33 every month that ma omu 100,000 Ghana cedis. The regional secretary, the regional chairman, every month. I think it was from about May to November. May to November. Any the regional supporter Ekoye, May, June, July, August, September, October, May to October. In November, the regional chairman, the regional secretary, you will have many polling stations? 26,000. 26,000 polling stations. And then what is saying region? No, 26,000 polling station executives. And then what is saying region? 26,000. In November, Mima will be at 2 million cedis. The chairman name is 26,000. In November, Mima will be at 2 million cedis. So I'm going to go to polling station.
Who's all kind of say you were 26,000 polling stations and no correcting no if I'll be a prompting no and no see there be you were 26,000 polling station executives omobia 2 million Ghana cedis.
What did he say patch
Charlie you resign in Copper police station maybe
the polling station executive 2 million Ghana cedis yeah Bibi more there hey 2 million Ghana cedis.
Eh, and Dr. Manchan Pony Modu.
Oscar. The part
of
26,000. Esano.
Yanka session. Oja.
Hey, 26,000 polling station executive.
It's a say challenge in our tune.
That's what I
also wait me more than that in
a Brabantine. Or say a free buzia. Down quack. So the senior can say. So you MVP.
The Honda me what problem kakra. We can free buzia and wine time, but we can't baby our spendings cannot be free 2024.
So or say baby is can you run and kasa.
Baby I need door super.
Uti odu na shase kra ba. Or chese obi beka say na say buzia mo time no. And or say say buzia mo time. Score the shame no. So all the ba and need na some the investment in pa. Em nu the no spending no. This was true challenge.
Ba won se ba ko no so kire so no so ni sika wura party mu pa.
It's challenge say the class of the money.
January.
The class of the money. Hey. He said yeah. By champion doctor, lady I don't know. Say this guy. I say we were Akufo crowd born about 2017. Some obey president no. So he will be a boa campaign pa or no.
And the sika doso. Hey, I some challenge you. I know.
Yeah, challenge ketua. I know the papa.
Who will take this challenge?
98.9.
When they be take this challenge, when who will respond? Mobile man ko fa kan se mo pro.
We can't tell Bibi. Na ko Facebook ko budi ko boy keke.
Mobile man ko fa kan se mo.
We can't tell. Ya se ketua.
Now see Facebook is from there.
Na Facebook for there. As a Facebook for no komodo. We say no mo boss ni ade no Bibi. Challenge dem be de. De yenya mo ana. Yen hwe de oba be respond to challenge be. Cause the Facebook for that.
Dr. Brian Echampo.
Say jawon ho. Jawon ho pa.
Say 70 be e kono no.
70 be e kono no. Bibi yen wi o Nigeria na yen sorry. Na emfonyi bi ba abonte a na ohwe emfonyi no ase obi sie fi plane bim na se obi ni na eko na nsakra toto bi ko ba mu ni ade bebre no anti ase bibi emfonyi no mu nkyeremu kakra ye bon tofa na ya bo matifo atie bi enie emfonyi na ne se abaywa bi efre no comfort eye emansen na ofu wiem say Nigeria they call Lagos
Comfort Emanson
say san na ja for me kan dia na say Emanson no say Emanson
that's Emanson bisa Emanson
I just say omom wo eye plane me mu adwuma no
bra Facebook na be he we ye besre nufo bi pie mu nti yakata so kakra nti na be hu say this sticker bi ato so no the way om handle lady no plane mu no the nufu nyina be gu ho
na hadwen pa
na we shows na hadwen
say the nufu be gu ne de
na how
me say the asofode ni ade ni nti
oh na de ne gu nufu de but okay, so what's the backstory?
Backstory na say mami kofu wiem sen a odi fi okọ Lagos.
Okay.
Na empenfo chen so ba fu wiem sen na o mobile phone say udum no. Ono che say nya ade a obedum ne de. Enti omo ya announcement o penum so obi enum ne phone no. Ono enum ne de. Ti nipa o te ne nchen. Ena de bufo gi ne phone fi ne nsam. Ena odum no by force the man no.
Okay.
Ti ne bufu yi ena nipa ne nya kasa kasa. No more plane mu penfo mo hwe plane mu dwumadi che se dabi ye ne sa penny de onya befo a phone bi ekuta obi a so ye hwan wo ye hwan e wo se odum na kan ye hyehyɛ ye ho enti ma me dum no
dum phone no
wanti ase
okay
tombe land ye no a na plane mu penfo frɛ bambofo e wo ho se ma me bi e frɛ ni sei enyama ho nsem se ni waye enti mo mechi no ti abre obi esi no ono so percent ko onsi enom se de bo man kwa mani isi kosi sa police form wo airport wo e ba be so ni mu no omo mani isi ti sa pinte na hu ye no e ya abre no pese onsi e na plane mu pari force ye ma hu isi kosi sa police form ba be den abe so mu
enti kakra She's destroying the aircraft. Yo, that musu ya kasa mon kata die su ba makata su dodo. Adie baby adie we twemu su sela makata.
Kata no.
Baby ehunu ya makata. We si fam nyina mo dia kwala ya sambo so Joyce.
Akra so say hey
Joyce any say your no ahun to kata baby a on so bia be hu hey Joyce.
So what woman say no you kata so.
Protective of women pa.
Say o boy ma ho ban.
So
Bibi, there are who
but there is a second video. Guys, I don't know if that video is ready. So, Nyoyi ye mrana omochine free plane. Where ye before airport security ni beba. Now, let's just monitor this. Ye se betimi atem komo na ntoba Facebook sisi a edaho ansana airport security beba se omo ba beche eye lady no anaso bo ba be yi no every plane mu no ne e course enie.
Madam, I beg come for me at pass. Everybody that leave the restaurant. Come for me at pass. Madam, I beg come for me at pass. Everybody that leave the restaurant. Come for me at pass.
EpaHoaDaben.
I don't see why I want to go out and here hostess is standing on the way.
Okay, so we a passenger no.
Yeah.
Emra no opeso si from no. We can say because of the sea during the flight intino. No more person no be si from. Omo ma passenger be si from and no prevent you no from disembarking.
Yeah.
Say be ya police for ne beba na airport security beba be in free.
Sir.
No problem kakra with the way our airline treats you lady way.
Samum.
Oh yes.
So num the phone, one num the phone, I ain't say no.
Do my phone, me do my phone, a challenge. Say, kind lady nankasa counter. Or say, the also on the phone and say, the phone under flight mode. It's a flight mode or phone so. It is a phone in the flight mode or who need to send doom phone in count. And it's an also
Happy FM 98.9.
Young Jintum and I am funny say, what Tomra say, onum the phone a one num. But airline or treatment to the man lady we know, one casatinus and almost a seer, almost say, quite on bet me, the only one bet me the lady na fasuniana. To the extent that you dragged her on the floor. Emma natadie ebie Emma nufu na deja bedo abontene mo twene fastest so eyi ni free aeroplane mu be see form meba lady ni so no person see form enti o see form a baby a or be presenting a passport and ye chi no ho eyi
and they are no correct
no e be for to dey be ye ni maybe sometimes you wonder
so see for myself own too.
You are a business. You are a business. You are an airline. You are an airline. You rely on passengers to make your money. Passenger be foul plane.
Happy FM.
Also on the phone. A basic protocol. Also we numuno. Or no say another flight mode into who into us and numuno. Okay. And yama bebre si wo plane mu a. Crew ni hunu. Omon ka ho asem. By the time I will be do no na ya report to the da. Enti wasi na oko through formalities ni abe wasi nchen.
So page no one ya cho.
Enti what stopped this airline from giving this lady the respect she deserves? To the extent that plane na ba bedu the contract on him won say mo fami nkodu. Mo de mi aba bedu me pese me si form. You prevented me from disembarking. Because also what fresh security matching. Security by na me resist enya dia meko me nko. Na mo force on twi ni fi plane mo. Mentiase o. Because at that point the lady was about to disembark obesi form. Enti so obesi form dia na se mo airport security ba airport no se bia mu. Enya circle no aka se wo fa ha na ehunu ba bi wo fa ye. Wo de no ho aka nwura. Mo mani sia ne passport ne niema okura ebe free airport ni mu na akọ enti as an airline protocols be na modi adwuma this lady was in no way a danger to the airline or passengers won because at the time amotwi na si no passenger bi asi
akọ no pen na
wo okura weapon bia no aka se wo mantam na chechire no so me I think that the airline goofed. Ade omo ye no mo anya de omo ntwiti lady ni yie
sakra yo ba
minim me ye sure say a lawyer for bed advice of course
for the dejem kra sa ba
because we know
say
ni Facebook ntini akata ne nufu no so no but oko social media no baga wire no limiter nufu no kokko eda so sa
no kra na ma de na trend
no so ambo bra wambo bra
oh, I also got my video na trend pa.
Oh, mo tade se a free show wo mutiri mu ntino mo hihye mo ho yie no. So wo obi a wani eden, o mpem kwase asem, o pia fifi ahwe atade a wo be hye. Because wo obi a mpem kwase asem a wo si kuromu a obi betimi anka wa ma wade na ba. Into wo dress ya have that in mind. Say me media makoma ha me. Wo bom ya meba obi. Into wo sha atade a no ahye de yie. Wo dress ya hye dross. Wo dress ya hye slacks. Wo dress ya hye bobra because wo ni mu suban. Bibi betimi asia ma ho adagya beto abontini sesi a. Na wo atade a wo hye ya wo san resist him na me nko no. Enya bibi
ngwasa na bebe.
Na atade no top no bi se ekwa akwafa ase ho no na omutumu asem kwada ayi oh, idea na ye de shop overall ni atutumu ase enu bi na no hye eno crowd wo motwe na ma de ne te wase ho e me pie yo hey ehunu sem hey
So me say be our work no be na.
But so Nigeria ni see.
Nigeria.
Oh, by now
Lagos.
By now chief be a man correct lawyer so twitwa nye no.
Lagos na see.
Otimi twitwa je ne na ho to no mo fa ne mrefie.
Na otimi see airline pa.
Oh no, the airline wo mo anya de, airline na anya de kra. What's the airline from say?
Ibom airline.
Ibom airline.
IBOM. Ibom airline.
Crack.
As I cry your back.
Say if after this passengers be decided someone fly or mobile, they are right.
Yeah.
Because if it is a small matter like do phone or flight mode, into me who need to now a no reaction here, then airline crew they need emotional intelligence.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was say airline they do omuko school. Omuko emotional intelligence classes BM. There was a first video about who say lady no passenger no air hostess na soon.
Yeah.
Where's that video no kwa was a passenger na attack air hostess.
Sure.
But it won't free.
Maybe a chassis free. Ketama wa block kwa so many. Na e dia bufu beba.
Sa.
To no so be react. Obe ye bibi abema no kwa
air hostess onye police. Me nigga we lawyer Mecca said they imprison her. They kidnapped her in the airline. Because obi abesi muslim mani nsi. Adenti na mumani nsi amo say ya fresh security me fa nti. Yen ye chechire na to ho ansa na security fo na ba. Oh chechire.
No si for ma okoi.
Okoi hifa. Enye security fo na.
No.
There was every intention to abduct her in the plane.
Lawyer
say ni achechira saw ne de asoa o next time o ye ya badwini
some this is call man
say the nufu na abeto abonten no ho eska o
en issue no
nufu on mienu na abeto abonten no na wo girlfriend anka wunwa
guys
wo girlfriend anka wunwa
ba sa
ade a wo ti won kakra ye ofenti e also wanya the best obi ase nyina na obi a hebi
bibi barista na nka na man ka makunko say ya
bra kan ne woni ska ko bobo be se ko lawyer
kenu be kunko sa ko se ba be ska o ma anya ade de anya enye o ma anya ade ko se phone dum na menum ni mpodie de na se ade si yo si de ne wa hwe ya
ene wo be
nipa mo be treat free so o ma anya ade
okoye some suspect ni say o terrorist then anka
bo na se ba resa de
ko kura na police for na
ya treat free so kra the issue ne trend pa
bi
man for edi ho nkoma se de se o remand aba na mpanifo asa ato aso
na unim na me hinkra ne say airline say o ma ban no forever for life.
Yes, o man
for airline bio anum nka mo ni airline na mo airline am treat passengers say ya wana na
ko fokra na ebe ja
na o mu nim ne eba o mu nim Nigerians are going to boycott nkofo nti asem no mo
say nkofo no ti say asem na tie ni ya because bibi so hwemfo nyi ne nkwa da bebre mi wuma no
ai
kotuma na ye hu da report ye si ya no de na wuma na nkofo play obo obi aso
obo air hostess aso
ba sa unya mu nti ase hu sa se na si ye de a obi a ka so wo wani airline na anya de and Nigeria for na kasa be do be mo mfu bio
me say o de hwe ubohu ayi boycott ayi advocacy be share on social media
o mfu bio o ma anya de
airline no so mo ni air hostess crew no so mo twoma so
so mo
where was the captain? The captain is in charge. Where was he? There are protocols.
Yeah.
So what I say, who preventing the panism won't see from? Nani panusi or quay.
Okay.
Reporting. Say I'm pampa some reporting and sana mobile landia. Anka the papemua anka tarmac and so now cause security for no home plan.
The Campbell land in Anka security.
Omo buano mo reporting. Omo bedu we and sana mo reporting. Into no mo person obesi from no. Omo bua.
Krasa na net here. Because almost o si for obetimi akọ
o
be report to si for ma obetimi akọ hey go for be chiro mo so timi nya good lawyer pa na ogina mu bua no kana asem ye ma no dia me sure say
obenya ska sanufu na apie ni kwa de bra iska hey
because report no
ne me ya ne say ne lawyer be chance mu nyina emre ne nufu ni be to so no kra no o ma ne chance am wan kata na deja so
no mo chi ne sa
akwa ba ko na no ogina ni nifa no emra nufu no beto so no na aso wo pa so nufu ni as if say opeso so ni muso wo for boa no pa so
asa bibu emphasize wo no fo no saa
ho ne damage no no aka se atwe ne nkwan ne anka betimi aka ne fie na deja bam
no
nufu na pie oban so de ohunu nufu na wanhu ne nipple kra obefa ne
saa
ba wani hunu nipple na wahunu nufu no ti broni se ono bikini no betimi ahye ne tia na ne akata ne nipple no so keke okay ohunu nchen na skin nufu no ne ano no powerful eno no pie na pie ne asem
powerful
you are in a spirit
yeah biology the end now
Prince Soroko
man bibi
Prince of Goals
baby when you say first na ye binumu ye shut down politics ye say politics for no manyo made ntomunye ba na mumu ebinumu so nti enyina ye ni agi say ye beboa ma oman na akoso na ebo 1 o'clock pe na wa ye lawyer ma oman na lawyer for enyina pon akofia koda nyamishra
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe
98.9 FM EpaHoaDaben Jumedie Enie. In just about 15 minutes time we'll be hitting the top of the hour 4. Maybe I will be at Tonsa Frost. Join us live on Facebook. I mean, ko Facebook now or messages ni bi adiaba. Men can kind emfa Emma war. Now a lot of you are commenting on MPP for decision not to contest Tamale Central. A lot of you are also talking about prophecies here. And then Abain ACK to streamline and review ye. A lot of you are also sharing your views on Oye Nini or Yawia or Mino FM. Masawood Kumase Bantama or say the NPP's decision to withdraw from the Tamale Central by-election is a fantastic idea by the leadership. The NDC should consider doing same for the Akwetia by-election to help promote national unity in this critical moment. Regards to Honorable Sampine, National Vice Chairman Hopeful, and Koka, Chairman Odenoho Kweku Apia. Mano Jesse said, good afternoon, baby.
98.9.
Watching you live from Ashaiman today. Oh, hell, never copy. Osi Bibi, in fact, Ashaiman has the most bad roads in Ghana, making driving very difficult. Tell me about that. You see Ashaiman, you see a community of Makwanye pa Mano Jesse said, Ashaiman. I say, and never copy ho. Into one kase hunu first time. Seth Antobam, or say aka breastfeeding, or say bro, you make me feel so sad. I can't stop crying about your message of motivation. I'm so down about what you're saying. Well, Seth, it is what it is. The sadness must remind you that the clock is ticking for you as well. Now one regret it. Lord Nettie said, please, what is the difference between prophecy and prediction? Lord, I wish I had an answer to this. So prophecy is what?
Happy FM 98.9.
Ujidiemu wakato ho a esi. Ena prediction ye ajana 1. Ajana 1. Anyo be ma. The prediction ye ne wa wodo wadwen susu waka only hoping say 1 + 1 better than 2 na ja nkofo aka say o prediction bem. I hope I attempted. I think my boy kakra Michael Blagaji. I say, baby, good afternoon. How can Mahama open that prophetic office? This one will cost another debt. Send my greetings to Sefa and Wafake. They will hear. And Michael is concerned about the office of the special envoy in charge of interfaith and ecumenical. Me patch there was a free anchor. Now, Lord Nettie said, good day, baby. We should remember that NPP and NDC are not the only parties in the country. We have independent candidates and smaller parties. Therefore, for the peace of democracy, by-elections must be conducted. Kindly invite those one of their views. I don't get what you mean by the last bit. Okay, so Filippo Kwabre Kasam, Ose Brown, God bless our homeland Ghana, and greetings to my daughter, Frimpong Manson Echia Felix, and my mother, Auntie Mary of Jinenso, we Efri Filippo Kwabre Kasam, we no say hashtag EpaHoaDaben. Emil Smith said happy, and no pen Troye. Paul Ameno so just say good afternoon, Ayuko, God's protection. Try God while I told you, say Mr. Bibi. Good afternoon. I am listening to you live from Afienya. Mister, tell the NPP for me that they aren't smarter than any citizen in this country. So for the Akwetia, the NDC will surely participate. Try God while I told you at Inediaba. Piaga say good afternoon, baby. Watching you live from Achim Asafo. Piaga, the Nedia Efriho, and Ode Abba. Na we're working the lines to talk to Penifua Omye related to issues I hold with that so the decision by the New Patriotic Party not to contest Tamale Central elections. What the NDC is saying, Madi Jibril will be in here for the NDC, and of course Richard Ahiagba will be speaking for the NPP on this matter. A political analyst and so the home commoner from the political science point of view, how these matters are being viewed. Na yedi sam komono enyinada. And of course, the issue of governance and prophecy and so edapono so yebejibrena yedi enonso so ehun enkomo. You want to be part of this conversation? Share your thoughts, your comments, and your views with us on Facebook, Niemfan Komono, and Shisheso. Na mamin ko NDC akache na mene deputy director in charge of elections Madi Jibril enin komo na membusa se Tamale Central decision na MPP are taking as a party almost saying na elections directorate for them what does it mean to them? Madi memwawo ahanda wasewie
meje wo so bibi
na ahoden ho
ana mi adom na
Yedo ade ase minim say yina yeda sudi areho ane sana even though yedi areho no other matters nso ba apa fa o man no ho nti no se agibre na sankomo no nyina nso yedie emi se kwansi na nura beto odwa se the New Patriotic Party wunuano mo the krata ba bonte no so mo cost omo fresh steering committee meeting, and the steering committee decided say Tamale Central by election no enya dia omo be kubie. The decision was born out of respect for the Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Muhammad. Mona mo manage elections, Emma, the NDC. So that statement, he was saying.
Maybe.
Madi.
With you for MPP statement now draw. I would say it's unfortunate. It lacks principle, and it's just a cheap way of scoring a political point.
Chirimun kakra. Adene unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. Bibi, I know say who follow your activities of my
Yeah.
The MPP and the school free mono. Only me say na yambo speaker man here. So there was a day majority leader. Sorry, I can say up to date. Yamfa krata am electoral commission to announce the dates of elections in Kwetia. The minority there walk out from parliament. I can say the majority are insensitive because it was for parliament on Monday. So why are they reminding them when they are still mourning their beloved one? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Now, Monday no mutual letter no. At the time no mutual letter no. Na ye na say I catch the parliament we be say election for a date to come.
Yenya announcement be say
So it's
by
now
election maybe
MPP.
but say
Mibo,
a obvious ana.
And I make us say, so when they walked out from Parliament, now it's obvious. So on principle, you should make a lack of principle.
Mitipa.
Two, the people for crat are not much oil. Almost say, Nentia among coalition. Say a by elections are. And then some eba.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, I could tell by elections, and for instance, so will they contest a could tell by election, which is on the 2nd September? And not there, they will go. But where did they are any date in there, they will not go because all elections are called by election per their letter. Almost say it in same ever, and they don't want to add to the nation on that one. The principle no one who quite quit ya. I also won't go by election. Again, DB.
Madi.
Almost say tribute to Palm, but the late Mutala, and they say fighting Galamsey, me boy.
Yeah.
I would say MPP candidate where am I now?
The late Ernest Yakumi.
That be the current one MPP. I think over file no.
The Asumedu gentleman.
Asumedu is a camping in the mining and those Galamsey.
No, but mining is there. Galamsey is there. What are you saying exactly?
I mean, say, go down, the back of you. Have MPP question his work, Senator. Because they brought us one to me, say, well, yeah, mining. I don't know, he was not destroying the land, our forest. Bibi.
But at this moment, you don't have the evidence of Oye Galamsey and not illegal mining. You are aware of Oye mining, but
if you are buying any mining in Ghana, but so far say banning mining, say just to save our forest and our lands, his company would not be doing any work for them.
Yeah, but that would affect other miners too who are legal.
Yes, but I'm saying that the MPP chose him. MPP chose him.
The MPP talked about but the MPP talked about the fact that Mutala Mohammed ni wono nam Galamsey so.
That be read the letter.
And you know, wo reference to one more candidate to Akwete or your mining no. O person actually say one more candidate no illegal mining.
They should be straightforward. They should be straightforward.
Straightforward with what?
Say, candidate, they chose him above everybody in the constituency just because he's into mining. Whether he does it right or not, they don't care. Today, they are referring. It's because of those people in the air, and they will see. So if you are being principal, you will also say that, okay, then, so all these reasons, some of them are, tell me, the MPP are very principled on it.
Is it your case, say, Mususu say, sa statement, and I guess MPP for you know, it's not
a gesture.
Really?
It's not a gesture.
You don't consider it as a genuine gesture?
It's a statement they throw out because, see, it has also exposed the MPP. Say, they were not mourning any of the death.
How so?
All right. If I'm share a meeting, no, I'm going to share
steering committee for
that
should be Monday.
So when did they invite them to come from regions to come to their meeting?
No, but when you say steering committee, more like an emergency committee.
And America said they will tell you who they are. So those people they invited at what time? Now, two, before taking that decision, they engaged the constituency.
I'm not sure.
It means that then it means they didn't do any work if they didn't engage anybody. Because the decision they took, any emergency. Was it emergency? Bibi, you have been in these public servant issues as I hear. how emergency MPP had to write this letter yesterday.
What suspicions here, Dan? Why are you asking all of these questions? What is a problem with him?
It's bringing me to confirm Osebonsu issue no mukawa. The friends letter say said yes asem say yenjai NDC asem microphone ewu a campaign to get Bawumia to get MPP people to get. So it's our politics.
When you say where your politics maybe.
One of the cheapest way to score political scores. That's what MPP did. It tells you leadership of MPP are not into understanding even how to run elections. Bibi,
Madi,
on record, on 1331st, last week, or 2 weeks ago, Yisi Flyer for IPAC meeting.
Okay.
On a Kwetia issue. And I'm on the date, so say date that be a nomination. The FPP officially opposed electoral commission. So once a family beka anything to parliament for them to be informed, they cannot start counting the date of the death from the 7th. Interdia is on record at IPAC meeting. Then the same people are quoting the same provision in the Constitution say, Omonim say you started air count to the same 60 days from on the 6th. So probably election will be in October. So they will not contest elections. So principle no one.
But in the two scenarios, difference kakra wom. One, in the case of Akwetia, omu nipa na ato. So there was no courtesy to extend to anybody, and I guess should be to extend to anybody. In the case of Tamale Central, eye mumu nipa na ato. Ena omu susu se omu ye ni say ya ene bechere respect for NDC any nipa na wato no. The instances you have shared with me, Efa Akwetia hono, eye womu nipa ato and muko IPAC. The fact that the EC wanted to count the number of days to the by-election and omu difficulty say there hasn't been a formal and official announcement until kind day in every here. Are these not two different issues? With the Bejina so rejected the gesture towards Tamale Central.
Like I say, they rejected EC, who has a constitutional mandate to set a date for elections.
Because an official announcement had not been made, Anna.
So yes.
And what is your point with that? What is your point with that particular issue?
I'm saying that these are people who say that the family of Ernest Kumi are mourning. So our member of parliament was made a mistake to announce it on the floor of parliament. So they walked out from parliament. And the club after 1 week, this one, and the club then MPP comes in to make this statement yesterday. So when they walked out from parliament, because somebody is not sensitive, today, can they say that their walking out was born out of good reason?
So the gesture they have extended enough for you.
No. Gesture issue. Because Ghana doesn't belong to NDC and MPP. Are you aware?
It does not, but since 1992.
The MPP themselves knows. In Kumbungu by-elections, they didn't participate, but the PNC won. Yes. So, again, in 2009, the by-election in April, Ayo Jirapa, the NDC MP died. The MPP contested the elections. You know why?
Tell me.
Next seat numbers now closer.
Okay. Now 50-50.
Now almost because we're 116 and we're 107. So we close to gap. Even though I was stronger, in fact, the gap, percentage wise, are the same like Tamale Central today, 75% by 25. But then people contested that elections.
So what if upon reflection, so much to say go in that direction and wow?
Oh, but that is why I'm saying that maybe some few people sat without thinking through to make these decisions. When they decide to come back to contest, it's good for them. It's good for them. At times, people, in fact, they've been saying that, send an issue nearby and they are opting out. Again, we be okay 2020 elections. October 9th, and the MPP MP. Your bonu to ewa mankesim. Min kai busya for yaw.
Yeah.
The MPP who today they are talking about moral grounds. 3 days. None yere soon mama was it jaisu. Power na inya be contest elections. Okay. So these are the people today are talking about moral grounds.
You see, it is only a fool who does not change his mind. If they have realized, they say, on this occasion, won't you welcome it?
Into America say, when it's a fool doesn't change your mind, it doesn't also mean that it makes you wiser to change your to the wrong grounds. Anna, Bibi.
Mad meet you.
It doesn't make you a wiser person to change your position based on principle on the wrong grounds.
What is basically insensitive about one more decisions say one kwe? Because Okasanoka said the accusation on one level here when NFC Akumi died was that the NDC was not being sensitive to family na womo issue no. But then ahead Krampus will be announced bibino. Yenina yenim say obviously by election be Tamale Central. But they have decided earlier, say they won't even go, killing all the politicking around that by-election. And no encouraging.
And you encouraging them, make I say, they walked out from parliament. Even before then, now they have already came to parliament to announce unofficial, eulogize and excommunicate in parliament. At the red banner, at the
yeah. Yeah.
So then after that, you walked out. But you see, let me also show the double standard of MPP. So they are working out of the elections. No,
how? A whole steering committee are deciding. This at the executive level.
By Maminchiro, on record. Kodia, their general secretary, told the whole world, said they are not going to have Lekumanov. But he received a letter and he issued a directive for agents for MPP to go and supervise printing of ballot papers for Lekumanov.
He did that?
I can give you the record. They know. The day now, Omuko court for the injunction, now MPP as summer agent say printing house go and observe printing.
But that is
the eve of elections.
Obeka says standard procedure now.
That be if you are saying you are not contesting election, you will not be part of the process.
But that was at the time I know more court. Aqua injunction. So at that time,
they have already announced that they will not contest the elections. Press conference, someone contest elections. You see my letter for printing of agent printing ballot papers, They came to the printing house at the Buck Press. In fact, the general secretary of the party wrote to EC to request for accreditation.
Yet they had announced the Somonko.
That's just a down throw because you cannot get accreditation or go to printing house without your general secretary writing to the Electoral Commission.
But no, Obibeka said those signatures were standing. They were more like a standing order because it was an election in we. So the agents are deemed to be valid.
David.
How does that work?
The ballot papers are not deemed to be valid. But who to be your agent, you apply for it.
Even in a rerun that had agents already registered by the EC.
Yes. You were registered for December 7th.
Okay.
Not for any other elections.
But say a December 7 election
the name for that applicant was rerun.
Yeah.
Not the December 7th elections.
It was a rerun of the December 7 elections in Ablekumanef. So
yes. Not the same December, because the pink sheet for the polling station was changed based on serial number.
Okay.
Ballot papers that was sent there, serial numbers were changed from the previous one. So they wrote to into electoral IPAC last Tuesday and make a seminar. And Evans Rezi said, oh, they didn't participate in elections in Ablekumanov. And yes, he catch him and say, Mobwa, you know, says if you are not contesting election, you write to electoral commission. Did you write to us? Say Debbie. So does it mean say you didn't involve? I say when I'm waiting, I'm going to be man severe because they know a trick an MPP for a if I friends Tamale Central, don't be surprised. The MPP will be behind somebody for the elections.
How?
In Kumbungu, that's what they did. They withdrew from Kumbungu and supported PNC.
But that is done.
And I make say, where mu yenimomo into where a political game is mobile on principle.
Madi, NDC Mubakwa Kwetia.
It's a process, a continue. You have primaries, you picking nomination. You know, can say so. You have submitted forms for the elections.
Ebiaka said, if you critically look at the two impending by-elections, there is no point because the NDC munya additional seats from Akwetia Kanhua and Sasahwe Tamale Central. They will say a foregone conclusion. It's a stronghold of the NDC. The numbers are clear, and Ubia Modenebe Kubia would win that election. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you still have the same number of seats. Akwetiana Ebia, either you lose or you win. But Muwini Krana, Ebe Kamo seats amowa. It doesn't give you an extra value because you are already in a comfortable place for parliament. For the NPP, Omunya we can almost sit in one. It won't make them any significant addition biya. Emma wamo value nkosuru biya. Inti aden ayenwe owo mienu ni enka say let's call a truce. Why go waste money and create tension? Nanka obi antwema na nyonko adimu unya unkɔhwe wanya nso unkɔhwe uhunu zen.
Okay, maybe then it means that we didn't do a deeper analysis.
Tell me more.
Parliamentarian in your quorum any to tell the non quana issue.
Okay.
And a process in parliament. Say be starting meeting, you need a quorum to do a meeting. Say a business, you need quorum. And no a parliament is but constituency biano a young dear smafo. Yeah, what you ever to manage GDA in the process that will bring development in the constituency. Lobbying. Into Kaya BB.
Madi.
I just saw by elections.
Yeah.
And these are elections, you know.
Yes.
And then there was one independent candidate. MPP campaign our constituency and say so much about my independent candidate, you know. Want to be called a buy and lobby projects. If they want development, they need to vote for NPP candidates. who can negotiate and lobby projects to the constituency. Because that's what they need. So if you are using this example to Akwetia, will you deprive people of Akwetia for the fun of it? Say, oh, MPP for no, yeah, from us, and Timon way, even though he cannot go and lobby for a project for you. So Akwetia should be there with that development. And I say we'll go for, say, the view, and about 2/3. But the people of Akwetia need development who can bring development to that area. Based on believing of the government policy, of the big push, of Nyama by the person, the MPP candidate at the BB call, on person he will not bring it. And that affected the people of Akwetia. Just for MPP to say, oh, I'm say, you are Bemo, mini Bemonti, MPP, and this is a mommy project. In Tibunto Abama in 2028, let me tell you, Mama. And I said they will need it today. So, baby, it's about today. It's about 3.5 years a day in him. So, Obika say, oh, yeah, 2/3, and then you kind of bro, and the politics, you know, at the scale at the other level. Say, in this in MPP, and saying that a comment this, and comment this, and comment people. No. Let's enhance our democracy.
Madi,
based on principle.
And then a buyer, a just by election in this month contested.
Yes. But a just by election is like Willency by elections. It's like the Abuakwa North by elections. But 5 months to elections or 6 months. So at that time, we were told that that is short with national elections. So why do you go into it? There are elections. In fact, Willency, in fact, no problem. You see, and stop here because now year registration. We are here to do exhibition, and as Willency by elections, because registered have been tempered. Election didn't come because we say focus on 2024. That election ahead of us. So in your Willency, Abuakwa North, and Ejiso, NDC withdrew from the election because it was close to elections.
Was it just because it was close to elections, or
Yes.
it was also because you knew, say, a foregone conclusion, a whole MPP stronghold, and where they are moving, you didn't want to go and waste money? Because Sanka, a just so your most stronghold, I mean, sure Sanka, Mobeka say close to elections in Timon contest. Debbie,
You asked the good questions.
and that's it.
Kumewu, any stronghold.
Yeah.
We went to by election in that constituency.
Mm-hmm.
That's before I just. In fact, nobody in Izim will tell you you can win a Kumewu
Against the MPP.
against the MPP. So all questions say, yeah, so yeah, Mama answer one.
But that is just one.
I'm just give that one is part of reasons.
You've mentioned about 3 by-elections and one call. And one mammy back one McCoy.
And I make us say, yeah, call a friend saying, Offensu. Barbara was the candidate then. If you show you Kai.
Mekai Offenso.
So.
But they have taken a decision not to contest Tamale Central. A best assembly,
Oh, they
was it they have regretted it?
Oh, they regretted it. But now, we contest the election. Say, be your mom say, wow, we need a mamuli days. We contest the secretary, any regional national chairman, organizers, you know. We see we find some party. I will be a compare.
Man, DJ Bro.
John Boy do say by now, I can say, my campaign message. John Boy do, and the all commercial now, bomb pie say, man, Ghana, no general secretary. I say, wait, maybe 2 general secretary.
Man, DJ Bro. Young fancy Hannah Menawasi, and every ne and command me a D.
EpaHoaDaben Sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Ma DJ Broly, Deputy Director in charge of elections for the New Patriotic Party. I don't know what you think about in some waka questions I may busa no ne answers or the by If you are convinced, if you agree with him, if you don't, you want to share that with me live on Facebook. Emra Yedi Sanko Menina. Bra Facebook Live. If our comments, any views in the brand, Yankan Kainina, Emfa Emao. I'm going back to the phone lines. Na Makwako engage. Miami Nuansem Truni Bakwa, Ejume Nina na newspaper no tropa. Na over the years, our transition into electronic media, television and radio, and we've seen him representing any views strongly on Wound to Me platforms as well. And I am referring to Gordon Asare Bediakon, ono managing editor Emma ABC News. Or sounds so an executive media practitioner Wound to Me radio. Na anyway, NCA I suspended Wound to Me radio. I think 3 radio stations, Accra, Kumasi, and Takrade. They are not supposed to be operating. And the reasons are that Omu di niamani biso, Omu indi niamani biso. God Nasarbedi Akon, you hear him on the morning show of Wound to Me radio here in Accra, Debiarada. Or joining me on Humano so. Gordon, na Godon. Uni ati min kame mo ha.
Min kwa me fancy ni.
Unkwa odie, unkwa.
Bibi nyame ado be ho ye. Wo bo adwuma.
Me da se.
Wo bo dwene na se de from e for to say ne ehu sa.
Me ankasa kura bi yam hyehye me. You see ati asimitiri mu.
Ai mahu.
Ati asimitiri mfita na ba na eba.
Eba insha.
I don't want to fight it.
You can't win.
I do that at my own peril.
And you can't win that war. And now go faster to be equima. I say I disagree with China Bear Brown.
Aye. Emri bianca me be menumi humpa. It is a missing a gyno.
ABC business.
ABC BNC. What you saw the also solar panel now pay.
At least if I generate electricity.
The Sakura man in here.
Yeah.
Intimino Kasa won't to me more often now.
Okay, Bibi me that say. Straight away, I mean, not a central for my Ghana. I mean, no massive. As I see, Nipa Bear, I've met like I said, 7 media houses. And no, my reach out to us, say,
okay,
they're better than air cost. If you go by Jam Series, so what they make an asset. But in solidarity.
Okay.
And I'm happy with that. It's a matter would be us. All right. It's me look, I said, Wound to Me station to me and Sunday walk back one cry, my senator quadrinity, FM, no, meaning off. But TV stations in a year, you man. I was saying, would you multimedia and your war? 5 television stations, 5 radio stations.
Okay.
3 Kumasi, Accra, and Takrade, the airport off. And not, but TV5 didn't mean a year, you TV radio stations in 2 years, and a TV5 in a year,
a call off bed timing. Time and see if we take him off air.
Make like I said, call off before 12.
Okay.
Yeah, make like I said, yeah, your money to be answer. Nana me will meet me call you the Muna, me who say general manager effort, yeah, almost say na BBS. But you're taking steps. But it came to us, meet like 2 ways. For me, it didn't come to me as a surprise. Knowing what I got to know Sunday night.
What did you get to know?
Maybe.
Mate.
And it didn't come to me as a surprise. But they about to me as a surprise. And they say, few months ago, I'm taking it off air. Yeah, person, my car said, 1 month, I'm this bear 3 months. And then my else said, the Kunina, many the pop. It came to me as a surprise. Say, it's a way out of the blue dinner. You have a boy to present me Hamekatra. It would be, yeah, you think me, message that about one man almost here famranos. Said the quality and found court. But maybe for purpose of official communication, we may want to dwell on the official statement NC for the buyers.
So, within the 30 days amnesty, Omodema, a dear na wound to me. Aya afa infractions ne breaches are omodijina so it take you the first step. What have you been doing in the last 30 days and namo coffee?
Okay, so baby, me that's be your friend did be studio to transmitter
link. Yeah.
STL.
Yeah.
I don't know. First one, what the buy, say you hear authorization from NC.
Okay.
Name mono, you need authorization.
Muhia authorization. You su STL na answer then. Okay.
You hear authorization for you su the STL to
Okay.
transmit voice and video from our studio. I can transmit and
Okay.
Yeah, the better technical. You because say nyama mu frequency dem we dey with the kamu here and but almost say here authorization. And the first letter the buyer no almost can see I will say this try to come out no more my approval and as authorization. Me no can say 30th June 2025. You submit a letter no at the command NC.
Okay.
July and then it's 12 August as I say.
Yeah.
Yebusa wo yakobusa. Almost say we hear from them. We haven't heard from them. Almost my authorization. But mo fem my almost can say you the yenye adwuma. The pay the carta na last buy. Yeah, o man penny my amnesty. Just yenye adwuma. Na yen take remedial measures. Oh, e fam page ye ho. E de ye deko. Nti omo na so my authorization. Nti am I? Baby, how do we suffer for this? How do we suffer for it? Second one, Omukasi fire certificate from Ghana National Fire Service. If at that time no kompuna, omo a close to down first one.
Yeah.
No, yeah, yes, application our fire service. But now in also Ghana be go through system kakra. It's a training sakai. Menukasi saka ye de ko.
What the choir son almost statement yi ba bontin close no down.
Me patcho ani.
Nti ye ka say omo fire certificate to NCA.
Me patcho ani.
Okay.
Me no ka say omo ka say you need license permit from EPA.
Okay.
Environmental Protection Agency. Me no ka say ye no so no ye de akọ. Ye nema be 5. I think ba akọ so near wo ba akọ bi ni is ketua bi. About 23,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
You know, invest spectrum fee. But you know, so you tia.
Okay.
Me will receipt. You tia da. No receipt. In fact, you say invite. I see him penning for say. He said, "You who sons are brobe." Some may feel my share. You will be the auntie. I am a one waka say, and never know. I be seeing M1.
Watch that. Ni omu ka asem wonye nyina no madi so ama mo de ho nkrata akoma wo mo a mato nsa from se omomra mo ho na mo ban mehwe se edimu a
me ba so ane
nti atwenye mu am wo na krata ba ye se ya suspend mo broadcasting license
me das ye wa atwenye mu na mum no STL no studio to a transmitter
studio link, to transmitter link yeah
and no pen na me say krata na de call ye no ye nya that authorization from them, so we are waiting on them. Almost say and if interestingly, could it be almost say board no has not been reconstituted. Say the old board no, has been dissolved.
Yeah.
It is so a reconstitute new board. Na board no yes hard the maye. It's a new board name my. It's baby no the
But there is also one thing. I someone here. Almost say more sanso operating transmitters no from unapproved transmitter locations. More transmitters na hini sisi a unapproved.
In fact, ebe me nwa kakra. Menua almost like a baby radio station, TV station one can say no. Baby about 70% of munina transmitters this year. One year she didn't see.
Ahirase. Ahirase na wontumi radio mu transmitter si.
Me pacho wa. In fact, baby e didn't see no. So ko hono ma, so bo anu ato wall afa ho. Bo hono ma no security. Ye obi o da ho hwe. In fact, ye de. Another media house. Ye de ne bo ho to the stand say, ye mienu ko ye we don't need to have two separate security. It ba ko na hwe mienu na mai.
Now, in the life of Wontumi Radio, NCA, have they had any cause to complain about baby I'm a transmitter and isida?
Me patrol. Me say me call won't me for say 2 years.
Okay.
On 2 or 3 occasions. Omo ba ho.
Okay.
Omo ba no mo call MCR. Akwohwehwe signals ni bibia. On 3 occasions na no. Once pe and omo ka say they put the interest. Omo say friend say on air. On say we studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, na say that signal ho.
Exactly. Red light and actual on air also no. Yeah.
In fact, the last time I NC for Bobaho, early this year, probably March or there. Oboba, you know, that same thing. Omoka say, yes, I didn't do it. For me, in my presence, me no more call around. I don't moka chase yenye and one on air lights. Omonya and discuss technical issues. We say we man ye, we man ye. Of course, Omoka and Kebeye. Because a regulated a system money a one. It's there's a baby. It's really came to us as a surprise. There's a man is surprised and they say, and near mamma is Yano, Yamia to my yin. We are only they are waiting for the board. So when the board is reconstituted, no matter my approval and one on. And your work permit. And then your frequency, yeah, commission is in my the at the base you tree beer yet. Eti bibi
Achire wadwene won.
Achire madwen said na se utinyo efita no. Achire madwen.
Na ye hye nkomo na se no, wo kan bibi se kwasi ada no woti bibi. Ena na nka me pabusa se ne na wote ya wo se eno na wote ye de anka enye wonwanwa. Se ne wote ye no ena wugina so de anka enye wonwanwa. Ede na esi kwasi ada.
Bibi on say your political environment.
Yeah.
Na etu de bia amandofo we ba was me mafia we kakra. We ba was me mafia we kakra. In fact, before elections, yet TB said benefit be when this say MPDC win elections now. Won't me want what media. Won't be need to say prefer. Won't be close here down. Yet it publications be cry. Na me no kasa what up call Minister of Communication. Open the Facebook all that. What tried to be cry after disaster was say, Omugo take a decisive decision. All the kind or told in Facebook war was said they were going to take a decisive decision in the interest of the nation. Or no, or only ministry, you know.
Na radio frequencies here home.
Well, can be
okay.
Coded. Very just say coded. Now, who could read the comments and why say hormone na while obiaka won't me what me must go down. Nam war. For sudden numere. My colleagues maybe from me say, or what to say, NC4 and I bind prepare say on Baby Clusu station it down. And I'm saying, yeah, she. And I was say, I want, yeah, you say. Maybe to me, Busa say, be it my satisfied beer. If I are satisfied beer, it and a buy me, I wasn't surprised. A political system money. I'm telling you, a political money. But ya toilet, a comma woman. I reference this a day and the money in our coy was satisfy all those requirements.
Okay.
So I'm to Monshe, no maybe my, and I'm hoping say, Ebeyamia do it now. Ebe abafo be obi anim so ebe nyambo so ba bibia ma ya enye hu sa.
And how is this affecting colleagues out near mo wontumi ho ne wo psyche? How is this affecting anything? And we are strong enough be akoso
we are strong enough. We are one my affect wo pa your listeners. Okay, listeners no omo ti na me bi kwa chen say the things e no. It's almost almost a meeting say, almost a say, it's a mimpuna fena. Ye chase the muso, oh, what a more tombo, Nadano, Omacasi and Fabi Maya, the Bantino, what the mention. State institution, one you care for now, bastardize or ma. You do such your own parent, right? Into no ABR, you've been about for money. So, ye more be assurance say, ye need one, ye near one, I dare say the baby at the abba. Into ye chair almost so, won't be station. I might. Yabba yet, mamma, my gun.
More side you know.
What I say?
More side you know.
oh we would di papa me be no a e ma me doubt so mbeba baby there's nothing like that minim ade be me dem would di say nyame anu ma chom baby ole say bi a nyame anu wo chom ka say oh ade we ni we emra bi we say ka modu ye we yenye yate ye be san ye
na sɛ ne ɔmo se mo nye nyinaa ɔmo gyina so de close mu ne wɔ krataa yi mu
baby ya no ntina ya mo remind and I say ye recollect bi bia mo say enema mo say famran ye do ba that say EPA fire service board ye dia ba sika 206,000 ye tua bibia say bia ya apply say STL no mo my authorization and na mo say mo board mo ni board na board no pen was our mandate no it board the bam mo be ya
response to STL authorization request no omo tro bre mo na say word of mouth.
I wish I had that one on paper but I'm told say
omo tro bre mo
aye
okay very well
it be be dey na ye twa wom
interesting
aye
Gordon if see na me na wase na
say nyame anu ba chen ye nyama say yakasa ne
yakasa ne na se nkomo so de bebre o
ati de agenti nyame
matisi say what the dream kase bi esi wani so a wo pursue den
o me ka say surface di akona wo to you dream big as den no
dream big as big as the ocean
me da say now pesa anyoblo
Gordon me da say na wie na ochina wie am share radio so na yeni nkomo aka me da say bebre ayi kokuma wuli na na gbeso chia o okay em say we hang up already Gordon Asarebedi akon morning show host and also in fact we're sitting host Emma the morning show host of Untumi Radio and on one so shows are hosty substantively Untumi Radio so and anka be de ba ko ne wo no na no ya matese so ope MPP for koye mo ye conference we mo amend your constitution say omo beto abayi communication directors go hwana anu ma bi beto nyumgu masum say unua no ope communications director dio na nka me de one wo but he's due to be in the studio tomorrow he didn't come as journalist over recent happenings and issues ekoso from the editor's point of view and we'll explore all of those issues near the Hunkomo. Let's see if we can talk to Richard Ahiagba. Now, the reasons, I mean, the statement is out there, say MPP, say Tamale Central by-election, and Yadia Omobekobiem. Now, it is out of respect for the late Mutala Muhammad and the fact that, by-elections detention, eba mainimu, inti omatrin omuhudi efrimu. There are calls, say Omaye ne sama NDC the NDC nso hwe no munye sama omu akwatia. Na me nema de Jibril akasa just a short while ago. Or say insincere. Born out of mischief. Now our mama mema history kakra or they just say the NPP cannot be trusted on this occasion when they say so. Because omonsem kayeni omanemu ntobi omotumiri bi atwemu no enuntia. Richard Ahiagba Ekasa, communications director, Emma the New Patriotic Party. He's joined me on the line. Mame ne nkodi nkomo na yendo so asemu mu kakra. Richard otimi nka Happy FM so nyeme mo ha.
Yeah, me do so.
Ahode wo hode.
Nyame adom.
E do ba de nyame ase. Na yehunu reasons nti a mo se Tamale Central by election nya de amobekọ. Masem ne se Wenipa na ote akonwa no so a wato no mo respect obuo mapama ne pa. Masam so send say ya by elections ne tension no do so oman ni mu dodo. Na ne ya fam wafi na ya san de ho san share political tension mu a mo say enye healthy for the psyche of the nation. I just went on the line to engage a colleague on the other side from the NDC who is in charge of in fact a deputy in charge of elections. Madi Jibril. He has rejected this gesture. In fact, also only the gesture. This is not born out of a genuine respect. Send more cansem woman mutalano. Na politics, intricacy, near many biana moye. he cites the fact that nanu ya in parliament. Emra majority for sorry say womo ka akwatia by election wasem. Your members in the house walked out, and their reason was that abushanfo di yaw. They are insensitive. Say parliament be fiase di by election hunkomo. He says that any abushanfo di yaw pa. Eye kura ye nhihye ye nye. Na mo de krata beto abontene say monko by election or mreko obi anka by election ho asem. Nti for him ohunu say mo contract the team ho kakra. What do you say?
Oria,
Bra.
mechia na mechia tifo. Happy FM tifo. Paso etia Ghana for nyina. Ma nyina ahye den ne ya. Oria, di pass ba okay. Ze ensiso.
Chire bi mu.
Ye say ebusi di yawo. Enti ye nka by election ho asem. Akwetia. Any sorry pie. No kropa we say di yawo. Na ene Ghana nyina di yawo. Na by election ho asem ebeba na me yaka. Na ye di kan eyie firi mu say ye mpese ye beka by election ho asem. Esa say Ghana di yawo. The contradiction we the politics we the politics ne politics ne the aka we hin fa. We hin.
Obi beka say
Akofo yi. Omakasa insensitivity na so mo dai. Ayo mo a nka na mo a MPP 2 ye. Say ye be boa ama Ghana tumi afocus o asemu ya ato ye so. Ni apekwan a be fa so e be sia no na be nsibio. Na ye bom pa ye say omo NDC for omo abae mo. Ghana edwuma ekuro mo so mo ye ma Ghana koso no. Na ade embe to mo so ema ehum be show mo mu. Say ye fro bi say ko northern region na ko ye edwuma bi bo Ghana. Ko village bi ko ye edwuma bo Ghana. Na eho na obekọ no helicopter na ebetumi akọhọ. Enti ko tremu na fa kọhọ. Na embe ye ne say me na me nko tremu nko wu. And I'm say enanu bi no. Nkofo bi koye abaye adwuma ana mokọ tremu na tehwe ye enti no. Edi hu kese abehye wo. Adwuma so mo ye bo Ghana no omuntumi ye. Ye bo sa hu anyoma hu aye no. Ono no asema oka no.
Obi subebusa the same question say Yesu sa nneema ehu a ye di abobo no. Obi anka by election wansem. Mo na makofa by election aba. The focus was on the grief, on the sadness, on the yawo. Now, yenko by election if free here. Is it not too early? Is the timing not a bit of a problem?
See, I know a problem. There's a big yardwa, and I say, all casa assemble. When Susu ye. So, by boya, and I will boy a happy affirmative for be article 112 plus 5. That kind Namienti. Assembly see, you know. So over power, the obey to my pen wakai, but the main cost on castle.
Yeah.
Article 1125, natural say assembly sa a seat, so vacancy bisa eba.
Yeah.
I say the clerk of parliament 7 days, within that 7 days, you know. So inform me this is a vacancy bisa aba. Now say vacancy liba. No, catch it easier. Within 30 days, you know, I said easy organized by election. A matter of course, the process for by election was triggered by the death of Mutala. And you know, being a kofaba, and you MPP never can. Her constitution I can't walk. And you won't kind on. Now on tears say, I didn't the Ebebano,
Ebeba name my.
But 7 days, it's not away.
I'm so it's 1 week pepe.
Until a China 7 days.
Pepe.
I said Clark no catch it easy. Yes, sir.
No correct.
And you know, as some I cano, Fufron a woman away. As some constitution, they can't says asemi saba mo yi na se mutu enti no the opposite o kire no enti ase ADC for a very insensitive omankasa asemi ya aba eya asem aya MPP ye solidarize wo omo no me to me aka akiro say onia sɛ nka MPP no aba mu na asem yi si ya nka NDC for said ye penny for from President Akufo-Addo who issued statement to console His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. President John Ajekun Kufuor who issued statement as I did a call in to console him. No, come on yet. The Kabibia Chorosenka and this phone yet.
Now, NSA Yakumi, we are money more in Swambum. Oh, see who members of parliament on the other side they were all commiserating with you and all of that. And enough.
Massa. And I'm yeah, Omako candidates on contesting. You know, it has nothing to do with EC. But the Yankasa, the magnitude of the loss. Yes, here in coalition. The least they can do is to be decent enough not to insult the intelligence of Ghanaians and say, yeah, politics. The Kure woman, they say, say a pool, say parliament, sebi, Yamin Pengu. Say parliament in Yana, any we, say you, any we, constitution. I saw the other two in Yana, so then they say, I say a by election. And Fahon, I say, boom, we are trying to assure the country, say, don't focus on the grief. Couldn't you be as a MBB, Quaco contest election be? Ain't you know, now a Quaco say, oh, we know Enchibiana politics, ye sad the Kure free ho. They said the audio bika. Da wash out does say, Bibi Betia, a K mammy in 2 weeks. Now, after the other pressure at all. Now, Akabe 2 days. Sa 2 weeks in Arsenal. The panel de Cafro, catch yourself on him. Skay, aka 2 days. Na, I say, or debt, no, as so bit here. But man worry. Be their chow. One over catch yourself, any panel say, I didn't want to my done and drew answer. Na danwa ubetia the cano and drew it in ono, as some more catcher on no. Propaganda didn't worry.
So, we didn't cabido be Akunya Nato.
The
scenarios are different.
No, it's the same principle. Because say and yes, sir, MPP too sana moya. Sa tension wo say beko tamalia kwa election. Election be as ni ho a betumi a guarantee say we be lose.
But there are those you can safely predict so we lose. Tamale Central, Rebecca say a foregone conclusion for the NDC. The figures are clear. Ebi kura asemo mo kan say munim say mo be lose nti mo take such a decision.
No problem. Sa afọ no nyina no eye nkrofo mo nya sensitive.
Okay.
Eye nkrofo a sebio. Meka say ohawa ye wo mu yi omo andwene ko ekiri asomo kasa asemo. Hwe example a wo ma ezesi Atamale Central.
Yeah.
Adansi asokwa. Katie Hammond seat.
Yeah.
Onim dey see.
Kaimie.
Yeah, Kwakoto 2024 election. No, be ni say NDC be win this asset. What's your numbers now? No, be ni say NDC be win this asset.
It was one of the shocking results I hear.
Mate, go back to 2020. Oko hohwe, sa hohwe seat no. Yeah, cause election. Yes, and your first time we contest asset ro. Na NDC for only be say we lose asset.
But these are all mainstream elections. We're by-election.
By-election is election. By-election is election.
But the circumstances are different.
Forget about the circumstances. Every election has its own circumstance and context.
Okay.
The election be election. Election be anywhere I say. But what I say. And the 2024, I almost a vote to be brave. If you make a election or vote to no subete. If you make a election. Despite Omei Ninano, Omelusu, Ade Urefi Domeko Abanyana, NSC, the margin between us and NDC in Domeko Abanya apart from the Nyoma Squig Bay, no, they won the seat. What I say?
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is that the NDC, they don't actually, to be honest, once I may crisis by my attitude, and I think the attitude of the MPP, then they say, and yeah, NDC laws, your minor, and as a matter, and our approach to it, is national. But almost they are seeking to politicize sa nkrofo we. No they are branding on party no they are branding on hwe senka NDC and a MPP wa ba mu na semi ba ya onim sa koko a terrible betrayal here ma betray farmers no onim sa nka NDC for beka koko price wasem Ghana komeka se na Akufo Addo and MPP ye share boss ye ba ye betu koko mu amana ko 7,000 we took for 6,500 and yanye.
Okay, we say
and do 200 cities simple.
Okay, we say anchor. That is a possible scenario which didn't happen.
They can't subaya chero. The subaya na make chero. Senka omona ye na ewa be mu ade ombe na make chero no. Aye anchor because omo ni opposition omo abemu. And na yen no ye opposition no and ye provide omo moral support. Ejina omochi. The former president, with the status, and then the state currently. If you so we do, and the constraints he has in terms of mobility, no, to an amount called President Mahamafi, and I'm
aware.
Omo anka, omo yet. Because on Kombeya, and a more move to Casa or Moka, Eddie appreciated the Ayama Mono, in Kanyani. And to end yet. Say almost say politics and the omodio munyame na omenya enya yen ayen de yakuma mu ade ase ye e de boa ma tension ba fom na Ghana nyina tumi pe akoma bi e de ta oman na chi na em bompa ye se sa ade ye bi ntoye bio eno ho na mo ne ye
tu
it is omo hu ne say politics and the omo masem at ye no ye na akoma pam se be ya amanfo a wo Tamale Central, Mobenya Bre, now go through the process of grieving. Now moving on as a country, no, almost so to me, much of I said, Beya, Sadia, we are two mono. Young for so any politics in tea, or Mude, sa pain, no better chain, now in 10 terms so a quack election campaign. Now, election campaigns also drew a campaign to the Apeso Okano, no waka. Say Nipa a suo, say comedy nipo. Say a yaw be on the pemu, all the beton chain, not some of peso cano, no creo on waka. And now I know tea. The catcher say election be Nubian and say your court Satamale Central election by election. The catcher say NDC vote or Munyana 2024 no Munyasa vote. And Fahu said the magnitude of a loss yabe. Omunyasa vote no mechanical natural. Omunya only the NTR. And truck a NDC 4D 2024 at the bar bemono. And truck a crackapa or mudi at the bar. I could say, I see the 24-hour economy by our him. That was him. I want to cook and find my and find locate here. Kata, they have some ever pagos the town or so on from Famra. Kata, and I could say, Menoka say 2026. NAB as a mobile budgetary allocation be my 24-hour economy and ye but me no say the first fiscal year of NDC John Mahama administration capre bakra ya allocated for 24-hour economy.
Richard, Mamimbusa, in fact, I have the next 5 minutes to wrap up this conversation. It may busa 2 questions in one. Now, what more than I a quick summary of your views on that for me. The first has to do with based on Nkomamene, Deputy Director of Elections CD of the NDCD. One, can we really trust say MPP statement yomo diaba se womo nko Tamale Central and Pampa womo nko na mibusasa because one, man DJ Bro makes the point say Willensi by election you pulled out but moko tie PNC candidate in Chimani Winnie. Are we going to see a total withdrawal of interest in the Tamale Central election, and now we'll be maintaining an interest in a different candidate? 2 is Ablekuma North. So while the General Secretary, a announcement said, Enyadi Amobeko into the rerun of the elections, it actually happened that you went because the candidate had a different view. But he makes the point to say, a very contradictory, and it beats the very principle that Justin Frimpong could be espoused that day, because after Wako Court, our Babon Tembeka said, Omon court election, he had signed documents requesting the agents to be at the printing press to supervise printing for the rerun of the elections, and also fielded agents under his signature. Question is, Ampampasa Munkwa na se ebete sable kuma North or Wellency.
Onya,
Right.
this is for some year mogu. I am trying to say, a yawa abagana no. I am say, Sebi, I am so modu they are pretending. And as I say, I want about mon faswa, mon country, because I'm kasa yin sem fata. Pacho, your public kuma no for no. Was the circumstances I will move see, no? Was that the circumstance prevailing? Was that the circumstance prevailing? A decision not to go to Ablekumari Rano. It was a one based on a certain principle. Say, yes, you see, easy for Ankasa Kaya say, that election is not an election. I say, yeah, we run coalition, and then yes, and I want to. Dr. Bosmasari called Parliament Bisano, dear okay. And to the question, and he said, yeah, they see, all of a sudden, rerun here. And to ACC, we say, the end is if one party say, or quite almost far so, ACC a broad daylight robbery, no, and no, a principle, and no, idea say a fossil. And you know, Omwenya, a woman near New Wobia or Yaseha. New Wobia. Okay? Ablekumanov, to prove the point to you. Okay, said the parliamentary candidate came to National Council and she was disciplined on the basis of apology and intervention from leaders from National Council. She came to apologize. Senkayeni essentially so why the punishment? Inti enizi for na to mokasa. Eyeme ya say omumum ena wa baemu. Omumum ena omunipa ya soma no so nkoya ba adwuma ena ade sei ato omani. Ena yemom aha sa brofu ya moka we are crying more than the bereaved. Ena yemom ya dwene omo ho sin omo ankasa dwene omo. Nto mo kasa no ensisi so I'm hoping say Ghana for the asobeto asem yi mu. They who say nipa we mu no are they about the state or they about their present interests? Because that's some okay. And to assume mukura.
Okay.
And to assume. Entity, mena me catch rose, election we, CSC ebekwa, omo, and a pressure da almost. They call a Tamale Central, omo na pressure da almost. But what I say, omo na pressure da almost. But the akwe abenyinano, I think we have made a moral principle decision. Say enko. As I say, adi atogane ni no. Ye pebre ama sa pain akofom.
Are you hoping with this decision say anka NDC for be reciprocating anka akwetian so anka mo betwe amamwana?
Debbie, I don't expect that. Debbie, I don't expect that. The TNS say NDC for no, you can't put this thing beyond them. Say the Ombeyeno is not one that is responsive to the social condition of the country. Omono, they are about themselves. They are about their political interests, not about the country. And to the Abano, we don't expect them, but we, in our good nature, as you say, Ebeboa. They said the only what you say. A day you was here no. We person nipa beboa.
Yeah.
But what I say?
Nipa
beboa. But to be a hoa, or no, a day na. O person nipa beboa no. But a day nipa, or no on to me moi. And this is forced to buy no. And this is forced to buy no. Yen say, It's a big political blunder. One that exposes the political class. Say, you can't somewhere in the so. What country Ghana for your bemu? Country say, cocoa, I turn 3,100 a bag. No. And yet, a buying CC cocoa for. Cocoa queer for, musika wa buying, or buying di musika. Nti wo ba obetu almost 6,500 obetu almost 6,000 and ne omutia koko for ahe
Richard,
nti mo amutu mu say no me
I had the last 5 minutes to wrap up. Intimate time on us, unfortunately.
Mame fa anunsi ma.
Mo anunsi ma me quickly na.
Oma antu mu amara ndu 200 series. Enu mu no asemu ya ba no nka MPP nka ye tiesi mu koko fom. Ene wa hu say amanfo twitwa koko dua ne tugu. Ohun say twitwa koko dua no etugu. Unye bia ma memfa mbere na hwade. Ye say koko no mfa so nim.
Richard,
ye pe gold na etu.
E ya fa bi bra na me hwe bi.
O messend ya bros si ya me dia.
Fa bi bra na me hwe bi na ye fa na de ni si ya.
Eya se fem. And is the force to buy o money e Ghana ha no. Eya se fem me dia.
Well, Richard, many thanks for your time and everything.
Thank you.
Let me show up. Richard Ahiagba Ekasa Emma, the new Patriotic Party. And on that note,
Happy FM 98.9.
98.9 FM, EpaHoaDaben Jumedienie. In the background, instrumentals of the maestro Kojo Entry. Because this one a dinkra. And I love this song to bits because it reminds me of death. Owo. Yenina yebedi nechi. Wasi ewo muso owo bia yo wo de. Nanso ni obia pene se ankobewu ada ne mpam. Inti eja owo se memre so a fa me kɔ fefefe emfa me nkɔ tantantan osi ka ewuo de ompe eja ewuo ompe etu aboba ewuo ompe ana wo kyerɛkyerɛ ne nsɛmu nyinaa ɛwɔ sa anwumu yi emu. I'll certainly play the full lyrics for you very soon. But me gina we so na me de account for the amount say dwumadie kase bi ebekɔ so ɛwɔ Dunkwa Onofin the 16th and 17th of this month. Me kyerɛ me meneda ene kwasia da ya ɛda yanimu ya. Na Joyce, I don't know if you have the flyer. Let's share with our people. Omaino is in grief, and so we want to stay united in grief. Under the auspices of the Upper Densha West Municipal Assembly, Kiddies Night Club are a war Dunkwa Onofin at the United in Grief concert baso ewo Dunkwa Onofin Kronimu. Now we are united because Owona SCCA in the last few weeks, a Kaubia and Koda 16, it affects all of us. Daddy Lumba it was that KD before Daddy Lumba. And then aswafu isu so de ababetoso. So ye ton safrobia se moma ye nyina ye nhia ewo Dunkwa stadium nechi pe ohonom ye stadium stores ehona Kiddies Night Club ewo, and it will be a live band session. The honorable MC for Upper Densha West would be there. Ababe grace occasion, there'll be a few comments in the speeches kakra bekoso ho obia obeba dwumadie mo modern so obesha tade tuntum be in black. It's an all black event. We are commiserating with the families omahwere omade share in the last few weeks. Sa loss na ya kenkan ni nyina na ye big losses pa yentimi as a nation gloss over it. We stand united in grief. Ewo Dunkwa Onofin on the 16th and 17th of August. Memene dane kwasia dane nyina no, we are wearing black. A live band music enkwa and enwomo a wonomo a akukudam wo mawuyi musicians e wo mu etoye performing in be. We are told say Honorable Mutala had a particular high life song and an energy home. We are told say Dr. Manebu Amatu had his favorite song. All will be performed sa Edanono on the 16th and 17th of August 2025. If you have a candle, you want to come along with it. It's a vigil as well. Inti yeton safre dunkwa mine obuase mine I am free for nyina mbrebi chichire for nyina mbrebi buabenso for nyina mbrebi obuase for nyina nso yeton sa e de fremo. If you happen to be in Dunkwa Onofin over the weekend, now if you are crying ekwa fa plans who say if you want a place to hang out and a place to unwind and reflect on your course or anymore, Kiddies Nightclub will be the place to be. Inti ebeba so United in Grief concert ewo Kiddies Nightclub ewo Dunkwao on Ofin time ono 7 p.m. eno de ebegina mu until say wankasa wa ho den no beka cho say kufie ne kohome nti egina mu yeton sa de afre obi biara on the 16th and 17th of August 2025 yeah. And emaro if you say efia de ya nso ene ye eyi no omo nipa mi say omo maka no efie 2 eye kwese de ya omo maka no eye beba so efiada ewo enkran ha ewo Black Star Square ye wie no a na ye de ani akire Dunkwa Onofin as we celebrate the lives of these illustrious sons of Ghana and the illustrious children of Ghana. Koda omo so innocent omo ewuye in just one accident. Government officials are ewuye in just one accident and losing 2 big music icons also in our country. We invite you to United in Grief concert happening on Saturday at Dunkwa on Ofin.
EpaHoaDaben Sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
With me in the studio, Koku Mawuli Nanegbe, or a member of the NDC communications team. Wajinebja looking very good today, and as always, he's chasing me with his grey beard. And of course, we have with us Kwame Forcing, or a deputy director of IT, Emma, the New Patriotic Party. I'm expecting the other Ato to be here. A citizen Atodazi, or a general secretary Emma, a GCPP Amanyo company for me, Mamo Ajo Mama Kwaba.
Yeah, Bibi.
You say, you're out what by your one so.
Yeah, you are holding. Befanisa.
Obia menene nshia time was 70 CBA menene shia me pese me busa say, how did you hear the news? Where were you? How did you process it?
Happy FM,
and
98.9.
amount. For some issues in through.
You mean the news of the a helicopter
it
crash?
It is the biggest news in Ghana. In fact, the only news in Ghana.
Okay, I'm say AC no na ya napa. Kai say na your party head officer.
Okay.
We got a delegation from the CSOs. Okay. Some CSOs came to the head office to pay us a visit.
Okay.
To talk about how betimi are contributing a piece about in relation to the Akwetia by-election there, but
okay.
Your cry express your view say, oh, I didn't know right after that. I'm for NDC for way. In fact, after that election ran, the number of CSOs, any peace organizations are Babes Ryan, your head office on exactly. Say, yeah, I see. I almost say, don't say MPP, no, yeah, that's not in our nature. See, at why ye did in Comana, say, news in the status say, baby, say some of us, no. Bibi will be no yet then your phone so because age my phone so age technology computer maybe be am to be am some computers in my see ya sanet obi beka say kutu say bam nti on say before I start meeting na yet thing from him nti although be a meeting but me who say it's my job say me dig deeper na yehwehwe you know. Yeah, cause near freeway near WhatsApp near And then finally, news no ebe ye to nya ye hope say a rumor ke wan say gan na rumor de enche ne ye de ano ekum nipa
na ke be no krempo a nyese obi empo awu
nye say bia there was a scare na forced landing bi na see na nya kwakoda ne ato aye politics. And so ya asempa ye hu say nya beni ti you can't meeting us in my meeting no cry and they almost abruptly.
Okay.
Now obi ni sa ho den na odebeye because you see impinfo ahwe om kwan omo nye just anybody Ghana ministers of state you know and deputy national security coordinator na arewaba. There's a cause. We just wanted confirmation. In fact, confirmation about crying. I say young, you're wrong. You compare confirmation, Papa and baby. Unfortunately, that's what happened. So it came in the morning while we were in a meeting, and I see, you remember Busia phone yako, yabandi, pan. We be for cry, because would be you wouldn't so
would be
a pan, and a plain move no. And because moments before your death, you are where you are about to die. Because last time I'm play more call UK.
Okay.
Now, just turbulence. You who be a I'm starting to quite check a cry. I mean, who will be that?
No shit.
That turbulence. To see my cabin cry be my man for bags. Now nothing. The plane need to meet say turbulence in turn see for a very long period of time, but we this continues for like 10 minutes. I said many and there'll be a Jesus. Yes, that moment, some moment no so many things start running through your mind. So I'm thinking, what was going through on my minds at that time?
I wish one had survived to share.
My tete say Obi Crab make a phone call to the DC at Obuasi. And I wish to hear what the person said on one breath, and another breath I don't wish to hear. So that's how it happened. That's how you see and how you feel. But we in the MPP, as we've stated in our press conference, we share in the grief. This is not
press release.
Yes, in our press release. Sorry, we share in the grief with the families, the bereaved families. We in your NDC loss, we a Ghana loss. Ghana nyana ahwe mpenimfo this year. So in area ho. Me gide say other conversations ne beba in we put the prepare. That's
Kwaku, Bibi, how did it also I don't know, but Unhun is saying what's in is saying and how did you react?
Bibi, tragic. Mamincha wenchia
I
took Kwame. Any your listeners, in fact, any Facebook phone, news media tragic.
Benya 98.9.
Young guys. Omani will be 50 this year, December 26th. The Ubi say and Minister of Environment Science Mutala. I mean, who any Air Force guys now, very young people. Air Force guy no back attendants, married only about a month. A disaster. In fact, news let me call Newtown branch of NIB Bank.
Okay.
Somewhere, I was having issues with my account, so me call her, and so they were delaying. I wanted to go somewhere, so they were delaying me. So I was seated there. So who's a TV3 year breaking news, and I knew them. So it got my attention. I said almost increasing volume like that. And here was my winner better. So initially, now me all describing, I would say route, for all we mining firms. Normally because good so me see yourself a But at a certain point, me who flight, you know, and we no chopper. I realize Ghana away armed forces, any Ghana flag, and so a boy you say no. It couldn't be anything. Make me dismiss it, sir. But no more can't. But he didn't mention any name. So then I left. Immediately I left the banking hall. Now I started getting calls, and the places the calls were coming from, I said no. Some of them I didn't pick. Yeah, but one particular call I picked it, and then the question was, have you heard the news? 98.9. Say what news? The people who have died in the crash. And I said, okay, I'll get back to you. So then I dropped the call. So I came to the office. Then another call came. Then I went on WhatsApp. Then who got your confirmation? But Hono, I said, let's see, but you'll be on cassette. So the people want to check that whether they have died or not.
Because I shall say it was Dr. Manembo Amedi in Kwana.
Exactly.
And we didn't even know the rest of them.
Yeah. But actually, it didn't buy like call Air Force Base Honum, no. Yeah.
We started dropping
names, no. And those who were supposed to be at the program in Obuasi. So, okay. Then let's pray that they survive. Because some news, it was not the news we were expecting. I'm out for free fear, say, you Juma Ba. Now, no. Oh, but that shouldn't be the news we should be expecting. You've left your families, I mean, and everybody at home. So, but much later, the chief of staff had to hold the press briefing. And at that level, you realize that, I mean,
yes.
Yeah. And it was a news so devastating. So devastating. I mean, looking at the crop of people, and like you said, Dr. Amanibuama, I to date have been imagining, because he's one person so meticulous, so methodical, or Nadia, very strategic, or bizarre question, very inquisitional. And I mean, asking the who said like Chopper, no, yes, I didn't know the kind of questions going through his mind.
Knowing how critical he is.
Very critical. So,
and another critical person is
Mutala. And that brings my mind to the question, Minister of Interior Kanye said, Dr. Amanibuama for the past 7 months have been avoiding flying in a chopper. That is him. When you are close to him, very observant, and he doesn't take those things, maybe being medical doctor by training, he doesn't take things for granted. Or very analytical about these things, but maybe and then all the buy and all the coy and all the rest. Deputy National Security Coordinator, Dr. Sapon, another fantastic guy. And there was this video, Dr. Sapon, when the death of former Greater Accra Regional Chairman Adibuga happened, Koho, and I moved to do a revolutionary song, and he took to his organ, mouth organ. He was there.
And he played the party song with his mouth organ in a way.
Yes.
I mean, him so bad.
And say we are going for an operation. In fact, for his driver meeting, I said, driver no go see on the Air Force base, and I'll call back to office. But the traffic
mo not say the boss play now for.
So I can't imagine how he for instance as a driver how he took that news. So that's how devastating it is. And for me, Ghana has lost fine brains. And these are people committee, resources, time. Any bibia say on mine be ye. And Abane say, Yebesre, Yamima, Emfa Munkra, and see ye. And at the times now, a woman, only yesterday news been so about saying one of the choppers and I could say be a private
A VRA for a chopper.
and
Friend
also
VRA aviation.
and also when you back or you see a dance honuma baby and then run so osanya nkoko mputem hunu e kire say ewiemu enye so
in fact enne wasan kwa emergency landing around the same area accident we see here. So and it was as a result of bad weather.
I don't know if I can. Sorry, my brother is this helicopter and the nature and how they fly. They mostly fly below the cloud. Now, honestly, I mean, most turbulence. Until most of them plane not say turbulence. Your bones and pilot
okay.
Fly above the cloud. The pilot no cloud anymore. Tell yes, but be a helicopter now.
When a turbulence,
I tell you. Nti hono na say na say the way a helicopter so tin say ne bi failure engine na propeller bi failure and say but ne architecture na ente say aeroplane let me glide and we see I was thinking the military didn't they see because I've worked with the Air Force for some I was a civilian contractor as an engineer. I repaired their flight, the Diamond DA-42 aircraft.
You're aeronautic engineer.
I'm a computer engineer, but I work on their flight simulators.
I see.
So, and I know how they work. They are very meticulous people. Very careful.
They don't leave anything to chance.
No. Everything, you have to cross the T's and dot the. You have to.
Even if you think it is okay, you must check.
I tell you, sometimes they overcheck things. But you see, that's how the work is. So, when I'm flying in any of the military aircraft, I feel more secure than the commercial ones because military for normally a pepper for. Or check it way, check it, ensure to say, or you to say, we to say, where that to say, and all that. And so I was wondering, say, didn't they check the weather? And I mostly say, when there's any issue, they will land. You don't have to force yourself to. So, Meme Yanka, what came out of the black box, and I doubt Mama Yatibi.
It depends on what is in
what
there.
Is in there. Because some of them are for the sake of the nation, maybe traumatizing the nation. So, but maybe it was a technical fault, maybe it was just the weather and all that. So, then we look at ways of preventing future occurrence and so. Because Ghana and Kasanya airspace in the moon air
style bands.
I said from a womb. We took one out do Ghana airspace, but not turbulence. No, just say we do fear no now if you yam show. So you're penning for no share. Now,
so we are the center of the earth.
And easy.
Ghana is
I hear the president has launched a full-scale investigation.
In fact, there is a board. Setting up a board of investigators.
Yeah, they should because it is so unlike the military. So only the chances na BBC is so unlike. Maybe most clear say pilot near young, inexperienced in a whole lot of things. And I know the military, you have to have a certain number of flying hours before you can even get behind the instrument
and fly a minister.
I tell you,
the defense minister.
I tell you, it is. Mekai that President Kufuor last tour. Thank you around Ghana. I went on his last one with him. And military, they don't take things for granted. They don't joke. Even those of us here who manifest, so I hear, you do be almost checking. The same flight now with him now. When the president, check you. Whether you have something in the bag, you see your bag where they check. So they are meticulous people. They are careful people. Into full-scale investigation, what I wasn't happy about, how the crash site was handled.
Well, I think so. Remember back to
Bibi, me can't see as some to say. It's titi within this period, no, it's signal enough, say, for the aviation sector. If your decision being about the care, say. I mean, choppers or helicopters shouldn't risk flying because we are not having, good enough news. Almost 2 hours, I say, I'm first landing, baby, emergency landing, baby, and it's not one, it's not two. So it is signal enough for the aviation sector, we regulators say, we should suspend
choppers for
now. Because we can't continue.
This year, free June, July, August, where they move.
Because we can't continue that way. We maybe attempted to refuse, so let's not risk it. Let's plan. Maybe should be by road, and let's plan and have time for it within this period.
And while we do that, we should fix our roads.
Very important.
It's claiming more lives than helicopters.
Yes.
Sometimes once the government officials, it looks like they are scheduled. No?
Yeah.
I'm sure that the minister had like 5 different engagements. And it's like that.
No, I agree. But you see, the risk, result na no. So if the minister can delegate, the deputy is there, the chief director of the minister can delegate. Because
at the Nkomobiaba, as to the way we organize government official trips, there is a reason to our president Wane Musini, our region district. Can we move beyond the bringing national politicians to launch projects what districts? Can't we elevate the regional ministers to properly occupy the space as representative of the president? Now, functions be what it should be enough, say regional minister, equal launcher we district chief executive, because sometimes, and they may be a president and then I'm called commission, and it is because of the way politics here. Can you say and can you maybe and say we are trim and penning then say or no could him and I say we need a minister of state to handle it. But I quite say BB I was say will be crying and crying. No, I don't know.
Bibi, very good question. But ningi names I was a agenda executive presidency ejuma. And so the president must delegate. And so I agree with you. It's something we need to look at. It's a conversation we must have. The president can delegate powers. Regional minister no or say we yemame. Over to me the power to me no crapa my DC, MC, Metro Chief Executive say yemame. Now onuso ayama ne ye. I mean it's a conversation we must have. But the point I want to add is that I'm a bit disappointed about Nyamabia Kokoso. In fact, the emergency response of the military on the disaster. I've been listening to Colonel retired Festus Abuaje. In fact, Osiwa war report.
Only report. He is coming up with a paper, an article, but he has sources who have given him incontrovertible information.
Okay. I mean, thanks so much.
Because there is no report yet.
No. Okay. Report to the effect, say, time now, military for moving. Because omunya
confirmations are not sure.
No, yeah. Moving in for emergency work now. I say accident needs see around 9 a.m. Now military for it was after around 14 hours, 2 o'clock.
Thereabout.
And for I've been asking myself, I've also been asking myself, because I dare say an upon 9 now military for movie 2 o'clock.
Could do whole 2.
Well, could do whole 2. What at that time emergency? What is emergency about it?
Between 9 and 2.
I mean,
there was no sense of urgency.
At 9 o'clock.
And that's at 9. You saw say, in fact, before 9. Before the crash, you knew say it was off the radar.
So,
and according to Captain retired, helicopter need 2 years, and Chebia na ira or radar no so.
And I'm one suma say omun check Ubwasi airstrip. Omu kwaya yesi one lande. Omu akrofo. So you should know that something is happening. And so to be moving at 2 or to be getting there at 2, I have a bit of problem. Even though I'm not a military person, and to know I say time frame no, it's too wide for me. I mean to be satisfied about that
Because
work.
imagine there were survivors.
Good question.
From 9 to that time, who was going to evacuate them?
Good question. So it is one of the things. My second point in say that attitude of Ghanaians. Nia omu hu ye we locals now omu TS accident see no omu dimirika alcohol. I do not have a problem with it.
Okay.
Assemblyman for they are, I mean, omu abua. But nkrofo na omu du ho no na omu adwane se ne yehu ho no ye di yesa kaka yes they are the people I have a problem with. I don't know. And it's now a culture. Car ko na enya accident. Ubehu ana amanfo adu ho say ye fuel tanker. Ubehu amanfo di pan ni nyema ebe abetwin petrol.
Ebi kura kokoto to bottom victims no they go to search them.
No. What kind of culture? Where did we get that thing from?
But the nation is not educating its people. I think we cause of that.
No, it's a problem.
It's indiscipline. It is part of a public education.
What Debbie Ameka said, one of our biggest problems in this country is indiscipline.
Yes.
We are not disciplined at all. Helicopter crash. No be akofa ne part B, not the name.
You see, Theo, what can discipline may not be arguing to an extent. But the larger issue is ignorance. The larger issue is ignorance. Say, as Ghanaians, you mudu do including those who are schooled. And him say udu accident scene and now do crime scene. Yemfe and sanka. People don't even know. Enti oduwa or no or the opepane obu or the opepane eko. Because one year save lives. Obi so ho a me kope scrap. Obi o ho a
obi shed akokoto to bottom.
Na make ya.
Okwa o hwe bag bia o no mu biebie so.
If education akwa mo mahu say muja sa nema we nyina eboa yam yetimi hunu ade porting e course so is an accident scene or it's a crime scene. Maybe
so. Is that not supposed to be the job of is it civic education? NCC.
No, I disagree.
And the media, the entire media space.
It is actually the job of the Ghana National Fire Service. Omo, any the sole agency or man we mua, omo manage disasters and accidents. But there be no dedication is on fire. Busagana for him say accident is here. The first institution to call is the fire service.
Maybe you have a point.
You have a point. And more so when it happened in a rural community. You should expect that public interest and will be rushing to the place wanting to show some about the nation needs education. I think
serious one.
Yeah, your concentration or politics and also
too much.
Exactly.
Too much.
When we wake up in the morning, every morning show is NDC, MPP, NDC. Sometimes you have expert in bra.
Exactly.
Any and crop on casa.
And na fire be a fire and for as same we see presenters be an aviation expert.
Aviation expert. When you were Juma.
Aquabity TV so a no man a course accident, you know, will
be speculating.
Aquabity TV so this is murder. A murder.
You shouldn't do that.
When you don't even have a one-page report or a paragraph report indicating you see it.
No. I pray that our aviation industry is taking interest in this and they will go deep and then, get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Because that culture of BBC or Ghana, I think it should end.
All right, let me get you guys to disagree small.
So, so Bibi. So, and then I have my problem. And like you said, I think we need to find a way to begin to, educate the public. The fire service for Juma. And I think the NCC or Ghana as a whole, we have a job to do in that regard. Because that is not us. Say, and a foreigner be so Ghanaians are hospitable people. And yet, hospitable. Now,
question.
It's not part of it. So,
Anyway,
that cannot be her. So I don't know. I say who be
very well. So,
And,
but let me get you guys to disagree. I'm no call until Simuna. I think say largely we have dealt with this crash and who issues, but near PP Muba so your politics. MPP for say talency, MC talency. Tamale Central, Enyadi Omoko, and that decision has courted several reactions. The NDC saying say Nyadi bia omo suawre ho bia bia ade na im say nkoye mo mutino omo atwem ho afiri bi so omo say o akwatia ntia no mo yes say be betwem mo because akwatia no mo hia pa dey 50-50. Koku I don't know what you make of the decision by the MPP not to contest talents. Tamale Central. I keep saying. Okay. Yes.
Bibi. It's an interesting decision because Mimiti, I was wondering because MPP for now minimum no. Say a seat. MPP who is they are able to make an impact and now be able to win that seat. Now, see, only about 88 seats. Our more person will recover. MPP now minimum no. And we see that when the press release about to abontin say we there contested. MPP will do everything possible to contest. You call 13 polling station yeah. The party was divided. And in fact, in that election, you see key flag bearers. Even though they went and they lost. As soon as we are Blekumanov, Akwetia, and the leadership of the party, key figures in parliament, you know that they were getting prepared for that seat. But who difference now Tamale Central? There is no way, unless by miracle, MPP debate we need. So for me, in a way, they are trying to be smart. And I be so kind that they are trying to buy the NDC out from Akwetia. Say, being smart. So Tamale Central, we haven't contested. So yeah. To buy us out in a way. I mean, from the public perspective. But for me, election is an election. It has to be contested. Yeah, almost bad Tamale Omumbra. The NDC has resolved, and in fact, we have elected our candidate for Akwetia seats. Therefore, we are going to contest it. But you see, I listened carefully. We interviewed Richard Ahiagba.
Okay.
It won't be long. In fact, Dr. Asa Asante has said something. Or bisa or see anka seat Tamale Central seat way anka your baby war Asante Memua and MPP strongholder. Or we to Yanya Kudrak as we the young contest. And it's a legitimate question to ask.
Anka NDC in the crowd.
Yeah, anka NDC in the crowd. Would they say so? And it's a critical question to ask. And for me, I'm saying that you see, like as humans and our men, what traps us is our words.
Yeah.
Just as cows, horns, they
trap you.
Yeah. It won't be long. We'll come back. I said my interview now, Richard Hagba, Ayewahano. Peppa, and I know you don't forget. so and I will leave it at that. You don't forget. A time will come and you will see at Richard Hagba and the MPP very interestingly with their position changed with way justification in Yamanyama, and you will not be surprising at all. But what I will say is that it's an election. We will contest it, and I will urge, say, let's be fair to the system. But say, women who gonna for and to think that Ghanaians are not smart enough to deduce from Unyama who and now they can't tell. Say, you're only engaging in games and showmanship. It's just, and I'm saying that.
Think this is for the optics?
Oh, the MPP that I know.
Public sympathy.
But that's basically what they are seeking to
really?
do. Yes. And that's basically what they are seeking, because the MPP that we know,
They have also been hailed by some people also. I mean,
Oh.
indicating that this is political maturity. They are being sensitive to the times. And for once, I mean, it is not about competition. I mean, don't you get that sense?
And I make actually say, well, to some it will look so, but who connected with what is, I mean, the by election, you know that they know what it's a game they are playing. At a certain point, political history, the MPP decided, say, because the MDC opposed them in election of speaker in 2004, MPP were dissatisfied about the performance of Peter Lajeti as speaker. Omudi Bejina Sechi, who's by minority led by Bagbin then said Omudi and Omupe Peter Lajeti. Almost succeeded removing speaker Lajeti, no. What they did at the time, they said, because the NDC didn't support them, Deputy Speaker crying. Yes. So they took it. The first Deputy Speaker, the second Deputy Speaker, they took all of them. They gave the first Deputy Speaker to CPP, man now, Freddie Blay. And now, second Deputy Speaker, no, Eddie Ma, the MP from Yendi, is it Al Hassan? Something Al Hassan. Yeah, from Yendi. He was one of their key MPs, and in fact, he was the second deputy speaker. And that thing I've never forgotten. It was a price the NDC had to pay in the eyes of the MPP because. A
lot of water has gone under the bridge.
Yes.
This may be a new MPP. They are looking at things differently now.
Dr. Baumia say the elephant doesn't forget. And no, it's very true about the elephant too. There is something critical about the elephant. Is that when the elephant is traveling, it loses its tooth. It does not forget. Even when it travels and returns, wherever it lost that tooth, the elephant will stop there and check before continuing its journey. So MPP doesn't forget. This is only a strategy for them.
It's good they know.
Oh no! I mean, we know the moment we know that. Yeah. So for me, I do not believe that. I mean,
you don't think this is born out of a genuine place?
No, not in MPP's books.
Okay,
real books.
I took him
but yet, the truth of the matter is, honestly, Ghana is in a very difficult place. And we should all recognize that. It's not everything that is politics. We cannot just politicize everything just because of seats and all that. MPP released a statement, and we gave reasons why. You can believe or not believe, but that's what we stand for. This meeting, this decision was not one man's decision. It was a decision taken at a steering committee when everyone decided that in order